I'm not there.
Welcome to Constructive Outrage, episode 135. Daniel Bell is in the building. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, not only that, Mr. Anthony Mestas, project manager extraordinaire, is in the building. He's going to be bringing by a Kingpin so we could go deep and check it out. I didn't say stop clapping for Mestas. You gotta keep that going for Mestas, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, we also got a Croc update, ladies and gentlemen. One more photo to get you guys, to wet that whistle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But also, when Daniel Bell comes through, you never know what is he gonna bring. So I'm excited. So to break down how that's gonna go, we're gonna start off just doing our normal jibber jabber stuff. 20 minutes, 25 minutes into the show, we'll bring Mestas in, and then we go right into Fisk. Any questions you guys have, make sure you guys post them. We'll be starring them and making sure we get to them as the show progresses. And at the 9 o'clock mark, we will bring in Daniel Bell to join the conversation and get an update on how life's been during that transition from Digital Sculptor to creative director of Sideshow Collectibles. But to help me do that, let's go to New York real quick and bring in the homie, Billy Rios, in the building. Give it up for Billy Rios.
What is going on, man? How have you been?
My day's going good. Good. We got to give a shout out to Brian, who won't be able to join us. Yeah. But he's there in spirit. He's got a personal situation he's dealing with.
Yep. But hope everything's going all right and everybody's resting up comfortably. So I want to give a shout out to Brian and to the family. And I'm sure everything is going good. He said he was watching. So yeah, we're good, man. We're excited. We're gonna have a good one tonight. We got one more day of this, and the weekend is here. We get those 2 little days at the end.
2 little days to bathe the pollen of Raleigh, North Carolina.
But this weekend is, of course, WrestleMania weekend for us wrestling geeks. Yeah, so shout out to DJ Herc. Shout out to Chris the Batman statue collector, all my wrestling geeks. And this is our Super Bowl, our Christmas, all of that stuff. So I'm excited.
Who you going for?
Yeah. Who am I going for?
Who you rooting for in the main event?
I'm gonna go with CM Punk, man. I'm gonna go with CM Punk in I don't know if that's night 1, might be night 1. And I got Randy Orton going in the other one. Going over the other one.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. So there's our wrestling geekdom.
We got the wrestling geekdom out of the way. Of course, AK him, but he don't get an intro because his camera off. Because he just went down. I bet you the DoorDash people are there, and so he dashed to get his meal.
I've never seen him dash so fast before.
He dashed so quick. I was about to do his intro. He's like, I was like, Billy, how you doing? But anyway, yeah, man, we can talk.
I'm excited, and I think people are definitely noticing that big things are happening here on the COC when a couple of big names come through and some drops. There's still been some confusion as to how these dudes with no subs are doing this, but you know how you do that? You just present yourself the right way, and you just be good people that people want to hang out with. It's a very
wise poet once said that you can't fake influence. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot.
You can't fake it. You can't choose it.
It's not there, man.
It's there. But no. But I'm I'm super grateful for all of the people that showed the support over this last couple of days, dude. Like the GOATs, I mean, Rad Titan, BSC, CMP, all our homies that we do this because, our goal here is just to contribute to this space in some meaningful ways. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we're putting down for you guys.
Speaking of one of the GOATs, of course, our boy Chris the Batman statue collector, guys, coming up next week, the 22nd, next Wednesday, Rogues Gallery, episode number 200. 200 is a big number. All right, it's just a testament to Chris' hard work and his love for the YouTube space and for the hobby. Go support those guys. Episode 200 next week. I think they got Sideshow coming on as well to help them celebrate. So definitely tune in.
Tune in. 200 episodes is big. Congratulations to Chris the Batman statue for reaching 200.
Okay, you got a little sweet and sour sauce here, buddy.
What?
You got a little sweet and sour sauce here.
I haven't eaten my food yet.
Scarf those nuggets down.
Yo, what's the that is? Oh, you ain't even eat yet. So then, what's that white stuff?
Oh, I see the bag right there.
There it is. Shout out to AK. Ladies and gentlemen, AK in the building. Give it up for AK. So let's get right in the chat. As soon as Mestas has the keys, so he just has to break through the door and just
that guy again.
And we'll be ready for him. So we'll say what's up to the people, and then we'll get this show started right away. Shh, 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 shh. There we go.
Conventionalist.
The unconventional conventionalist. You're so wise, A Kizzle. AK always been so wise.
Yeah, I have SAT words, but my SAT score sucked.
What?
Go figure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys could be anywhere tonight. Forever appreciative, can't talk today. Appreciative of people's like Casual Nerd Problems Tuesday at 8 p.m. I was on that show last Tuesday. It was
How much did they pay you?
Check
How
it out.
much did they pay you?
Oh man, that shit was like.
I know your guest fee is not cheap.
I'm getting back end money off that, dude. I'm getting merchandise.
How are the backstage?
It rolls right back into COC.
Yo, I don't know what's going on, but CMP backstage used to be popping. Dude, soon as we went, I was ready. Everybody said deuces.
You see a screen going on.
Blink. I said,
hello, everybody.
Critical Mass. You don't come in until you get your intro, bro. You deserve an intro.
Hold on.
Okay, let me go. Let me go out. Come back.
Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, from California, the collector from the
Shady
West.
Acres retirement home.
From Shady Acres. Give it up for the one and only Critical Mass in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, boys and girls.
Yeah, that's that camera. How you doing?
Fine to you. Running
you
late.
You interrupt the people, so we're gonna say what's up to them.
Hold on. I heard something about Critical today.
What did you hear about Critical?
He was running so late that he drove the bus to his house. That he literally jumped an overpass.
Yo, you parked the bus right outside.
Don't tell my supervisor.
Yeah. And you guys know Daf Rashid. Daf Rashid will be here soon. But let's say what's up to Casual Nerd. Make sure you guys check them out Tuesdays, 8:30. Casual Nerd Problems on YouTube. Storm Shadow, a.k.a. AK, who's doing double duty in the building tonight.
Captain Chicken Nugget.
The nice guy YouTube comes in shooting.
Nice guy.
We get to ask.
Hold on.
We'll get to ask.
We'll get there.
F the intros. F who's in the chat. Get straight to the pics of this bad boy.
Why, Jose? Because you're about the same size as Kingpin?
Yo, y'all beef is crazy, dude. You and Jose beef is y'all rivalry is legendary.
Me and Jose known each other for 20 years. This is
y'all should just go meet on Pelham Parkway and just settle this.
This is brotherly
like
love.
Slapbox or something.
This is White Plains Road versus Co-op City right here.
There you go.
When you guys settle your difficulty, like when you guys do a friendly fade, do you guys box, slap box, or wrestle?
Neither. We just talk shit for each other while eating.
Foodie in contest. Foodie in contest.
See who can get down this 20-piece first.
Yo, 20-piece versus 20-piece.
Listen,
Let's go.
Our go-to spot used to be Hooters in the city. So we used to break bread and talk shit to each other's faces like on the regular.
That's what's up. The old geek 25 in the building. What are we outraged about today? We are outraged about nothing because we are happy, ecstatic.
Campus.
Because we got a reveal tonight and we got a surprise tonight. We cooking tonight. Trust me.
Hold
we
on.
cooking tonight. Random Korean, you hit that random button. You never know what Korean's gonna pop out. And we got the best Korean, what you hear right now. Mr. Random Korean in the building.
Could I break in for a minute?
Go ahead.
Sure.
We have a very happy COC birthday for our friend, our brother, K-Fit.
K-Fizzle.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Mr. K-Birthday.
Happy birthday. Come on here, K. Twist nipples. Happy birthday.
Critness for your birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
The only correct happy birthday song is the Stevie Wonder version.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy
birthday. Where are my glasses? Happy birthday. You know Stevie ain't blind. He faking.
All you Sideshow haters, this is not the place to be tonight. This is not the place to be for the Sideshow haters tonight.
You're going to get
we are bringing the Sideshow heat.
Even the haters are going to be like, damn, we can't even hate on this shit.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, there's Brian in the building. Thanks, fellas. Have a great show. Have a great, relaxing evening, homie. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite people.
How you do that
in the industry.
Heart thing? I can't.
Heart things like that. Like
Pretend I'm doing a heart.
There it is.
That ain't like no damn heart.
Edwin Diaz. Yo,
I don't know what that was.
Diaz, he sent so many memes that I try to catch up. And then when I hit one, I'll get like so many more. But they'd be hilarious, dude. So shout out to Edwin Diaz, producing the finest of memes. Ladies and gentlemen, Vibe Jim in the house. Vibe Jim is really upset, so we're gonna ask Mestas and Bell for brother Vibe Jim tonight, because he's been wanting a Nightwing. And he was like, why chose Croc over Nightwing? Why chose Kingpin over Nightwing? Maybe we'll have some answers. Maybe. Hang in there, Vibe Jim. Maybe we could wrestle it out of Mestas. Maybe he'll blink a little bit. He says Spanish stuff. See, y'all put me out there. My last name's Gonzalez.
This weekend is WrestleMania.
Oh, this
is the big matches. It's Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar.
You can tell.
I don't know if they do that though. I actually think Brock gives him a good match.
I haven't watched wrestling since Jimmy Superfly Snooker, bro.
Get out of here.
Roddy.
No way.
Andre the Giant, British Bulldog, Junkyard Dog.
I haven't watched wrestling since Ultimate Warrior.
Macho Man Savage. Oh yeah.
The Macho Man.
Chris Benoit, aka the Crippler, aka where my name came from.
Hold on.
That didn't hold up well.
Then there goes the birthday boy right now.
Birthday boy K-Fat, who I'm envious of because he's got that delicious, fine-looking Galvatron in his setup. Artist Future.
Right now.
Shout out to Artist Future and anybody in the game getting their art on. I got so much appreciation for the people that are actually creative. You know what I mean? We get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. But man, I can't create it for shit. For nothing. Low Key Collector, one of the homies. Shout out to Low Key Collector and the Toy Quest 101 doing their things over at Toy Quest 101 Fridays. I'm gonna drop a bomb for him. Low Key in the building. Let's see. He ordered that cream of some young guy for dinner. Ooh, okay. He got you.
What is that?
He got you. You be on that.
Your mom's favorite meal.
That's like the corner
every weekend.
Shit.
Billy Rios doing double duty.
2 double.
Shout out to Billy. We got Gabrielle saying what's up to the people. We got Mr. Gunderson. If Mr. Gunderson's in the chat, because he's a busy man, especially on Thursdays. If he's in a chat,
Sundays are getting
I
pretty
felt
nuts
some.
tonight.
I feel some metachlorines in the air.
Have
You
you
feel me?
Sundays?
I feel something a little
I
bit force
feel
sensitive.
tingling. I feel tingling.
There might be some force sensitivity happening tonight.
Ooh.
Who knows? Maybe. When you got
Let's do
Thor
it.
Gunderson. Critical Mass is his own intro. Shout out. K-Fat understands the situation. AK said AK has his arm up like he's taking a piss at a urinal.
Wow, really?
Damn. They hot. They coming in. They coming in spicy today, AK. AK, they a little spicy today. Shout out to CMP. All right, let's go down. This old geek, of course. Gabrielle, of course. Rob Stealth in the building. Snuck. I ain't even say you, Rob. Welcome. You can't be using that stealth tech up here, bro. You be scaring. You be walking up scaring people, dude. I ain't ready. D3, aka the only place for your custom content, custom produced Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm getting confused because there's a Saturday show that's claiming to be the best in the business when it comes to that fine art.
It's broke. It's too broke to be that big.
Broke boys can't be.
What are they doing?
Can't be that big. That's how it works.
Bedroom Beethoven in the building, yo. Wow. I love when I see a dope new name, yo. How does this week channel have no scrubs but get exclusive? Hey! Because you can't fake influence, homie. You can't fake influence.
You can't fake the funk.
Brand new. B20 in
That's
the
because
building.
everybody who subs to our channel actually is a living, breathing human being.
Person.
Facts. All pure, no filter. K-Fat in the building, so you guys really don't have to sing. I take the statue fix. All right, we got you. Sure, my voice could be heavenly,
please
bro.
don't sing.
No, don't sing.
Please don't sing. This is not a barbershop
There's someone at the front door, Sam.
I see him. He's trying to break through. He's picking the lock right now. So we go.
Look at him.
I know he's breaking the door down, yo. Ledge, the legend in the building. Saying what up to the panel. Ledge is one of the homies. Shout out to Ledge. Go check him out on Ledge Limited to see some dope. If you like those big bombastic statues, that's Ledge. That's Piece 52. That's Alan Kiefer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know him. Never liked wrestling. Never wanted to watch grown men oil up in their underwear, touching on each other, unless it's Critical Mass and AK. Yeah, you can't see that part, but that's what he said. That's what he said.
West Coast.
There you go.
Rambo! Shout out to Rambo in the building. All right, yo, and we got Ro, yo, El Rico Suave himself, one of the best hairs in the building, is joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, but let's just shut the music off first. We don't want him to be interrupted.
He is the Grand Moff of Sideshow.
Grand Moff of, I like that. The Grand Moff of mother freaking Sideshow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Construction.
Damn, you really can't speak to that.
Wow.
Welcome to Constructive Outrage, and welcome to another drop, baby. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up right in your face. We need the views. We put on the pretty faces. That's what. Hey, I didn't say stop clapping. There we go. Give it up for the Grand Poobah of project managers over at Sideshow Collectibles.
Hold on. No. Hold on. You're missing a new title. He's the Mustache Maverick. Look at him.
The Mustache Maverick. All right.
He's the Sideshow Count.
Until everybody gives him a dope name. Okay, what is the name for? What name we got for? What, the Mustache Maverick, you said?
Yeah,
give it up to the Mustache Maverick. Billy, what you got?
The Mustache Grand Poobah.
The Mustache Grand Poobah. Critical Mass, what you got?
The Universal Monster Collector.
Oh! Yes, this what you got?
It's a little long.
What you got for yourself? What would you like to be called today, ladies and gentlemen?
Hey man, I'm just happy to be here.
Give it up for
You guys
Mestas.
call me the Grand Moff. I thought
No, not grandma.
Grandma.
I love how you go to Sideshow for us. Stop. They love you. We know that. I love how you go to Sideshow for us and break into the vaults and always bring us a surprise. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, I mentioned last week we'd have a little something that
We got a little something.
It's in a little something. This is a big.
This is a big.
That's a big one.
This is a semi truck. Something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a big one.
So how you,
Big
yo,
boy.
I'm gonna start this question off right off the bat. A little continuation from last week's reveal. How the F did you guys get that killer Croc down to $850 and made it bigger?
Did the abracadabra.
Don't the price go up as you put more?
Don't underestimate the force, the power of the force. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, when it went up today, I was, we were talking amongst ourselves, and they said it was going to go up at 12 today. And like I said a few episodes ago, I never know what the stuff is going to be. It's an admin decision and everything else. So we kind of play the game like you guys do. And we're like, I wonder what the price is going to be on this.
Yeah.
We know roughly what it's going to be coming out of the factory and stuff, but we never know how that's going to equate to the overall grand scheme of everything. And so we actually played the game this morning, and I was like in a meeting, and I was like, well, I think it's going to be maybe 850, 860, and they're like, well, I think you're going to take this one. And I was surprised that it
Wow.
that we
You guessed it?
yeah, I was $10 off, but yeah.
Hey, that's crazy. Because I'm bad at those games because everything for me is always under $800. I'm like $800. No, but I
was crossing my fingers. I was just like,
but as all of the shows, like the CMPs and everybody who guessed, they were over. Like the majority of the people on the panels was over $1,000.
Oh yeah, well that's what I was. I was having a discussion with some people here. Then I was like, everybody thinks this is going to be hitting over a G, so. Thank God it did it, because my thing too is we've seen it last week. There's so much detail and parts and paint and everything, but I think what a lot of people have a hard time realizing that the prices aren't just randomly tossed out there by what the size and everything is, but it really boils down to how we work with our overseas production and how we deal with the factories and what they quote back and the edition sizes and all these other things that come into play that cause that is what that sets the price on what we get out, and then we have to go from there. So it's always how do these things play off, and so it's not always as cut and dry as like this piece is big, this piece is little, this piece has this paint, this piece doesn't have this paint that equates to it. There's always some little things that people don't quite catch on, and maybe in the future we could do a show where it shows like the step by step that goes into
that would be awesome
without
we've been talking about
that would be awesome because you kind of just explained it, and I appreciate that, because there was a lot of talk, and like we're not privy to any of this information, so there was a lot of talk today. The first thing someone said to me was, how is Punchline only $100 less than this big massive piece? But you just explained there's obviously a lot that goes into
it's not always the size, it's
right. Yeah.
And then once we get the price, then we also have to make a conscious decision on, we can't sell ourselves short on, we have to figure out, is this going to be a big hit? Is this not going to be, we can't, if we just gave everybody a cheap statue for what they want, we wouldn't be in business. And I think we see other companies that falter because of situations that would be like that. So anyway,
you guys have been very, very good at navigating a very, very rough space right now.
That's all the time. That isn't even just now. That's every project. But especially now with everything that's going on in the world, and I think people forget that oil is all the resins and everything. That's a petroleum based material when you think about it, and oil prices. So you could only imagine, you know, so far we haven't seen any huge issues, but knock on wood. But I mean, you can imagine if things get really problematic that, you know, it doesn't just affect what we love in the collectible industry, but also, you know, everything across the board that's made out of plastic or freight or shipping or anything. So it gets freaky, but I'm not trying to be the bearer of sorrows, but yeah,
no, but
it's just
No,
the
I
thing
think-
is,
I think everybody
so
was like
excited that they forget
pleasantly
about that
surprised
stuff.
today when they saw the price. You know, I haven't heard
Yeah.
anybody complain that it was too expensive. It was all like, wow, we're getting a lot of polystone
Yeah,
there.
I think yeah, you are. Trust me, because when we were handling that thing around the shop and trying to get, you know, Bernardo trying to paint and stuff, it's like wrestling a baby, you know, and it weighs, you know, it's heavy, and you know, it's just, and that'll segue into what, you know, you were mentioning about the size. We kind of talked about it last time where we were talking about the size and is it 20, and I think I made something, I said it's 20 or 22, I'm not sure. The thing is with that piece, when we had it in, we got the pieces in from the factory, it's unassembled and it's engineered, and when we're working on it, it's not all glued together and properly set. So there's a little, and I think I brought it up last time, there's, if one leg moves a little bit and then the torso moves a little bit and the arm might move a little bit, once you add that up, that could be like a quarter of an inch, a half inch, or whatever. So when we don't have the fully magneted piece to pull the measurement from, so we have to measure it like, okay, hold that, pull a measurement. So if it was moved a little bit, the measurement will be off a little bit, but we also have the measurement that we size it to before it goes into production, the digital measurement. That's like the true, like if we say we want this piece to be 22 inches or 22 and a half, whatever, that's the size. But when it goes into production, there's shrinkage in the materials and everything, so it will shrink a bit. So I can either if I give the true measurement, it's going to be off by a little bit. So they measured it from what we had in. So that's hence the discrepancy, because we'd been talking about it, and Martine had been like, hey, I thought it was supposed to be this size. How come it's this size? So they had to go back and check their measurements, and they're like, we had the factory take a look at it, and this is where the measurements are coming in, because now they have the one that's locked down and they can pull a true measurement off of it. So that's why there's like, I don't know what the discrepancy was, 2 inches or 2.5 or 1 inch. I don't know what was flying around.
On that note, we do got some extra images if you want to show those now or later.
Go ahead. Show.
All right, because it's sort of like
I was looking for some behind the scenes images after the people were talking about like size, because they were trying to compare it to Penguin, and there were the foreshortening in some of the pictures and the angles make it look small, and it's like you really don't get an idea of how big that thing is unless you had it right in front of you.
It's funny because and then we talk and I seen these, and then I'm on another show and I can't say shit. All I can say is just wait for the unboxing and stuff. But then it was all like because like these right here, like it just gives you a look at how massive this is. And notice this is in progress prototype, so things may change.
Yeah,
so
this was when it was being painted. So the mouth detail hadn't been finished, the eyes hadn't been finished, the back paint hadn't been finished, but that was me trying to hold it up and take a picture. And there is some, and even with this picture, there's some foreshortening, so his head looks a little bit bigger because it's closer to the lens. But you see my hand around that arm, and my hands aren't the biggest hands either, but you get an idea of scale.
You don't have baby hands.
I don't know. Some people might think so.
I don't know. That thing is massive.
I know, right? That thing is huge. I'm like, yo, that thing is big. And so I guess, and what we talked about too is just sort of like, it's in his leg is like very deep, like into the base, and he's hunched over. Yeah. And then he's also 2244. Now I think this is a huge piece, but you guys can check for yourself and see.
He's got some bulk to him.
That's a big boy.
So is that where he's gonna key in, like at the torso?
At the waist, yeah. He'll be in at the waist. At least as of because that was a casting that we got from overseas. And then there's a picture with Julian. He's
Yeah.
There
This
next
one you
to
can
it.
see on the
And,
site too.
and he's taller.
Now, is Julian a normal sized human?
He is.
He is not a little person. He's
actually
definitely not a little
taller-
person.
He's taller than I am.
All right.
I'm short. I'm a short little
Look
Mexican guy. So.
Yeah.
But Julian's like, and there you see me kind of.
Yeah. See, I'm paint different type of paint. This is not finished. This is very.
This was
but
before we had even gotten into any of the details.
Yeah. But man, this thing is.
But he's big. I'm tickling him. I'm like, hey,
You're like, kill it, Croc.
That tongue looks like he already had a snack.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was just kind of the base colors.
Cherry Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions like casual no problems. Here it says, I like the paint on the chest. Real nice transition. Portrait come off?
No.
Nope. So that's all going to be one piece, most likely. Then
And
with the head and everything
portrait not
intact.
coming off. It was that like because the last one had some seam issues that people.
Not even that. I mean, the funny thing is like I think fans will probably like, is that like the question you're asking? We don't even think about that stuff back in the day because that piece is so old. We just know that it needs to be tight. If we can get it tight and there's no swap out, because I think I thought there was a swap out on the old one.
There was, yeah. One was like more of like a crocodile type of look, and then one was more
one
comic.
was more human, more comic, human-y.
Mm-hmm.
Since there's no swap out on this,
still a great piece, even with the seam.
Oh yeah. I mean, I see it. We have one on display across it in our other building, but it's been so long. I don't want to speak out of turn, not remembering where the seam's at or whatever. But I mean, this allows us to have it all glued together, and we don't have an extra part floating around in the box and stuff. So
this gives you an idea. This is just the upper body, bro. It's just the upper body. Head.
And once again, there's a little fisheye going on because this picture was just taken for us, but I didn't have anything that I could show with interacting with it. So I was like, well, here's one. I'll throw it at you guys, and you guys could, it's just more visual fodder for people to look at and stuff. So
there it is, folks. The homies over all the way in the UK, Rad Tight, and shout out to Gio and Alex. Gio had a question. He said, I think y'all touched on it last week, but just so we could just have it a nice clear answer, why not go with the alligator, the crocodile portrait versus the modern one?
We just didn't. It was just kind of an internal decision. We were like, we didn't know if that version of that head resonated as much to make it an actual separate piece, and we'd need to paint a separate one and add more cost and possible breakage, and then we would have to be cognizant of there being a seam line. It just starts. We have to weigh the situation and go, is this really worth going out there or providing a piece like this coming in at 800 and whatever it came in, 50 or 60 or whatever it was, because it would have added additional cost to it. And we just felt like this one resonated enough for the character, because then you always get people that go, this is cool. We have options, but we like this head. We see a lot of that. I think in the community, there's a lot of talk of and this is no bust on it because I'm a collector as well, but we all like to see extra little goodies. I buy action figures, I buy Hot Toys stuff, and Hot Toys is a perfect example. You get a ton of shit, and when's the last time you ever put that stuff on your Hot Toys figure? I mean, you end up losing it if anything.
All of them in my boxes.
I always buy the DX or the whatever, and I never swap anything out.
Yeah. It's cool.
Just I find the way I like it, and then I never touch it again.
As collectors, it gives options, and collectors, we're like little collecting monkeys, and we like get our hands on stuff and look at it, look how cool it is, and be excited and everything. And then the next thing you know, it's like, is it in the box? Is it in a Ziploc bag? Is it in the so what happened to it? And then it just kind of falls by the wayside.
All right, so Mestas, for clarity. First image went out. It said 20 inches tall.
Okay.
New image. Pre-orders available now. New image. New images came with that.
There was
it said 22.44. Okay. Which one should the people
the
take heed to?
One.
The taller one.
Yes.
So it's official, 22.44 inches
At least
tall.
at least those
Boom.
are the two.
Get ready, boys.
And at the end of the day, how much of a difference does that make other than just being a talking point? But it is a taller.
No, because the homies at Secret Sanctuary, Delaney, he posted and he was just sort of like, "What happened?"
Yeah. I seen his post. He's always on top of everything.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
He's
like a secret agent man.
He's like the Columbo of the collectors. You know.
I just got one more question.
I need to hire somebody
Which is
to do
good,
what Delaney do because I can't chase that fool, dude. He's so fast.
Yeah, I don't know
He's
how
so
he sees
quick.
these things so quick.
Secret Sanctuary.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
One time I was it was like maybe a year or two ago. I was at a panel at one of the cons in Los Angeles, and I was in there with I think it was Will and Kat and Bernardo and myself. Anyway, it was a small little panel that was we were talking about upcoming stuff and process, and we're up there talking, and I look in the crowd and they had questions at the end, and all of a sudden you see him. I didn't know him personally, but I knew who he was. He pops up and it's like watching the news reporters interview or ask things from Trump, and he's like, I have a question. Yeah, and he's boom, boom, bang. And I was like, I know that guy.
Stop snacking, critical mass, or mute your mic. That fool enjoyed. I thought it was AK at first because AK was AK's camera off.
Yeah.
So I thought it was them. But all right, so that's cool. Thank you for a freaking sick update on one. This is one of my favorite,
just a few things
favorite statues revealed so far. This thing is amazing. But yes, but we got some new. We got some new. We got
On
some
to the
new
next one.
to discuss. On to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring it up. All right. Dun 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 dun. Got to break the secret decryption again. Y'all know how it is. You can't.
So my buddy
just
Eric posted a mock-up of the penguin and
that's a great.
and the Croc, and he jumped on it. He's like, "Oh, that's a little." It was just to show. It was just to show what those two pieces, because you said they would go together. It wasn't for size. It was just to see how they would work together.
I get it. The problem
and they look great. Yeah.
The problem is people take it for face value.
They went crazy.
And they think, well, look how
so
small
he
is.
And,
and I'm like, God.
All it was just to show how they would look together.
How they match,
and
like the
looked
bases
awesome.
and
you know
all
how
that
many
stuff.
people went and started searching for the penguin or jumped on the wait list?
Yeah, it's it.
I was one of them.
I'll take it all. I'll take it all.
Yeah. No, the way that you guys were actually able to match that line is like becoming one of the most iconic Batman lines.
The stars aligned with that, where we were able to continue with the stylistic approach and kind of keep with the theme, because sometimes that's a hard sell with the decision makers to commit, because it takes so long for these pieces to go into production and stuff. If we set a style and it's like a year later we're coming out with one that matches one previously, and then another year later one that matches that, you get three pieces in 3 years. That's hard sell to go like, hey, but we're trying to make them all match. They're like, it's like, let's see something different or whatever it may be. Or
so Anthony, like Maria did the penguin, right? So that was a couple of years ago already. And how does Martin, how do you approach him, or how does he have that idea where, hey, can you make it look like it matches this? Like, how does that
that's process
what, start?
In design, they'll talk to, Richard Luong did the designs. I think Martin
shouted
him out. Yeah. And so they get there and they discuss, with that intent,
right.
Like, hey, what would look good with this, that, and the other, yet also keep within the character. And I know, collectors always want to see a different version or whatever, but Killer Croc, I think what people don't realize, some of these characters, they have very quintessential kind of poses or gestures, like something that follows the character. You always get somebody that's fringe and goes, well, he'd be cool if he was, dancing around, doing something weird that they like, but it might not resonate across the board as something the character. And on top of that, the licensors, the studios, they could see something that maybe a bunch of fans think are cool, and they'll be like, that's not going to happen. But back to your question is, the designers will sketch it out. We end up
Tom.
I was
trying to write my intro.
Well, if y'all would, y'all just running y'all mouth, y'all would pay attention.
Actually, Mestas was running his mouth.
Dude, AK was eating. He wasn't paying attention. He could have let you in. AK could have let you in.
I know, AK.
I was about to let him in.
No.
I was going to let you have your say. But no, Crippler had to go ruin the moment. I was going to give Rashid a grand entrance.
Or whatever he was eating.
He deserved it.
Cafe.
But no.
Hey. Well, everybody needs to know the president of the statue community is in the building tonight. Give it up for Darth Rashid.
Mestas' best friend in the whole wide world.
The tariffs on statues is not his fault. That's the BBC. They handle international stuff. You know what I mean? Acid bath in the building. All right. We got some new stuff to get to. That Croc is old school. That's last week's stuff. We got to get to the new stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the stage Daredevil's and Spider-Man's villain. You know what I mean? Give it up for the Kingpin, ladies and gentlemen, is in the building, looking smug. What is he holding in his hands? Look at the confidence.
No.
All right. Walk us through this piece, Mestas. How did you land on Kingpin, the version of Kingpin? Because unless you guys want to give y'all opinions first.
No.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, talk amongst yourselves. I mean,
well, I got a chance to see this, and I was blown away. I was surprised.
My man, Critical. Got
the
sneak peek early on.
And I said nothing. Nothing.
Good.
There it is, folks. The Kingpin. Get your questions in. We'll walk through it.
Yeah, I mean,
he is wide-bodied.
Wow.
He's thick. He's another one. I mean, and that's what the character. That's what the character is.
Couple of extra links on that Rolex,
right?
Yeah. That's
watch check. What is he rocking? Is that a Rolex?
That's
he's got a 1 of 1.
Look at the rings.
Oh, the rings look dope. The veins look crazy.
Yeah. I mean, once again,
I'll set it up then. Y'all guys know my style. I'm a super dynamic guy. I get this, and I'm like, I want to see his fist through a desk, and I want to see debris everywhere. I want to see it, and then we talk through it. So give us that process because you tried all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to kind of what I was saying before you brought this on, and I've said in previous shows, we have to think about the character and composition and the size and what would look good. A lot of things look good 2D.
Ooh.
Not everything looks good once you bring it into 3D, because if he's slamming his fist down on a desk, what is he doing? Is he's so short, he's got to be leaning over and you're going to have the desk blocking his view of the character himself, or if he's leaned over, then he's looking short, and there's all these weird little things. So we have to think about like what is the best look like when you think of Kingpin. Like, he's a boss first and foremost. He's powerful. I mean, even because of his weird proportions and stuff, that's a hard thing to pull off and to make him look cool, because you don't want him to look like a big fat guy. And he's not a big muscle bound like Superman, and he's always in his suits and everything. So even doing the double-breasted jacket to fit right, or to look like it fits right without looking like a big old fat dude. And you don't want him to look like a little dwarf either. So there's a lot of weird things, because we even went back and forth and had to like change his proportions throughout the process and adjust the double breast. I think at one time we had the buttons lined up over one side too far, and it was like, what's looking so weird? And it's like, oh well, a double-breasted suit doesn't cut like that, and we had to readjust and just some stuff like that. But for visual storytelling, we put what's his name's mask, Daredevil's mask in his hand, and we were like, also, he has to be cool. He's cool and calm. He's not losing it. And he has his, you'll see in another shot, I think I sent you a behind shot
We do got his behind,
yeah.
ladies and
I'll
gentlemen.
let you show
For
it
the
before I
ladies.
say anything.
For the ladies. Oh, wait. No, I don't have a behind.
Did I not? Oh, well, then I guess I'll have to wait.
You have to wait for the behind.
It's obvious what he's doing. Behind him, he's holding his cane, and he has
his cane,
a big jewel on the top. It's cast in clear resin, so he's kind of, just chilling out, kind of looking, intimidating.
The Punisher premium format from years ago had a Kingpin little piece to put on the base. It was a piece of a broken cane.
Yeah.
On this I got that one.
On this one, we have Daredevil's nunchucks or whatever you want. Yeah,
his billy clubs.
Yeah, his little batons. They're on, and he's stepping on them, and it's kind of breaking the tile. So it's definitely a more of a visual narrative that's going on rather than going over the top and trying to force any type of crazy dynamic type thing, which might not be everybody's cup of tea. But I mean, for this character.
Yeah, I don't know if dynamic works for him. He's pretty always stoic until he explodes on you. Yeah,
exactly.
This is perfect.
Yeah. Thanks,
man. So a couple of questions so far. They seem to be regarding the neck. That's not a seam, right? That's just his flap.
That's his fat neck.
That's meat.
If you're big and like that, you got to have a fold in your neck. And if it was a seam, it would go all the way around his neck there. So it's
that's just blubber, bro.
Yeah, I think you could probably see on the side. That's his throat.
It's a nice touch with the vein there.
Yeah,
that's prime rib.
Yeah, and, he has those big giant hands, and once again, it's always tricky because he can look very dwarfish if you don't do him right. I've seen other sculpts where he looks like a little midget guy, and it's just
no, he is. This is a tall piece because this one.
Do we have any measurements on this one yet?
Measurements you said?
Yeah.
There
you go.
This is a tall piece. So he's not short at all.
Yeah.
So what
and
we
got some lift to the base.
What's the width?
Fisk Tower, baby. Fisk Tower.
The width on that base, it's about what, 8, 9?
Off the top of my head,
he's stepping on that.
Maybe
shit,
8 or 9. I really, off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
Hey, I want to tell CMP. CMP was talking about getting a custom in a chat, and he said he's chasing it. I told him, nah. He said, wait for Sideshow. CMP, what do you think? What do you think now?
I've seen some customs that are, they're very stoic too. But I personally, I think they're a little too cartoony looking.
No, the one and the one he was looking at, he kind of had a goofy look on his face to me.
Oh, that's cartoony.
We don't put statues down to build others up, guys. We don't do
it. No, it's just my opinion.
I got
some of the look, and it's not by accident, but in like Apocalypse Now, like Brando's character, there's a little bit of that going in there because he always kind of seemed
that
he was like maniacal.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Are you
that was a good gesture that we were like, and not that we were referencing his likeness, but just his character. Like he was a spooky kind of kooky dude that was out in the jungle and stuff, but he had a good look and demeanor to him, and we wanted to incorporate that gesture and look into this character. So I think it helped.
He lost it in the jungle.
Yeah. and it's the subtle bend to the head too, if you see it from the side. And if he was just looking straight and just kind of that doesn't convey anything. But you have that kind of like Godfather-y, hey, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse type deal. So
this thing's a monster.
Look at those buttons.
Yeah.
So they're asking, is there a swap out head?
No
Nope,
swap outs.
No swap out heads. No swap outs. 0. This is what you get, folks.
That's it.
What you see is what you get.
That's right. Love it or leave it.
Love it or leave it alone.
Damn, you just broke my heart.
Yeah, Kingpin's breaking hearts. He's breaking bones and breaking hearts.
All right. Vibe Gem wants a pinky shot. Let me see if I could get him a good pinky shot. What's the best place to get a pinky shot? Probably this one.
You do know what the pinky finger is, right?
It's over there. I don't know. I can't. Oh, he wants this one with the ring. I got you.
There you go.
That's the pinky. There it is. If I get too close, it gets pixelated. So I just want to get.
That's an awesome piece.
What up, Star Child? Hey, shout out to Star Child who just got his Sideshow Cyclops in, and I was on FaceTime with him, and that light up is crazy. It lights up the whole side of his room. It creates this freaking crazy aura around all his X-Men statues, dude.
I think more people are going to be getting that. I think there was a second wave of shipments going out, so there'll be more people getting it. I'm curious to see, because the people that do have it, I think that's the first thing they're going, holy cow, that light. And I was trying, in past shows, I was like, wait till you see that light, man, because you kill the light.
I've seen the light.
No, he's gonna send me some pictures, and I'm gonna show him off next week because it looks dope in his collection, like really good. Nice. Congratulations, Star Child, on that. But yeah, people, this is Fisk. Any questions for the man himself, Anthony Mestas? He can answer them right now. We can start going through the ones we got, and also if there's anything, go ahead, Rashid.
No. Do you think it'll be a variant of this Kingpin?
As of right now, I'm unaware of any variant that's planned. But I mean, once again, I always what
I mean is the color of the suit.
That I don't think so, because Marvel is very specific about that suit. We had a different color on it, and when we went in and for approval, they switched the color on it. We had the vest was like red and stuff, and they were like, they wanted it yellow, and we were like, oh, all right, well, that wasn't the color we wanted, but we'll go with it, So I think trying to change the colors on this one and stuff, we would get pushback from the studio. They're very
sometimes he has like an all white suit. It's I know in the comic book sometimes his pants is this color, but this time that he has like an all black suit. And the shirt is red. Right. And then sometimes he has an all white suit and the shirt is red. That's and what's that? I call it the buff, the thing by the neck instead of the tie.
Ascot type,
Yeah, sometimes I see him wearing that too.
Yeah, we wouldn't change that because that's not a separate piece in the sculpt. So we would have to re-sculpt the whole bust to just do that, and they'd have to remold it just for that. The only time we would do a variant if it was something that we could swap out of the piece. But we have no plans now. But like I said before, I said that about the Venomized.
Things are subject to change.
And I was like, I had to eat my words on it because somebody decided to change it up.
And I'm surprised they didn't put an exclusive with Spider-Man's mask as well, because he's just as much.
That's the first thing I asked him.
That's why I don't want to say it, because if I say no, not going to happen, and then next thing you know, he's holding Spider-Man's mask.
He's holding Spider-Man mask. Well, if you guys want a Spider-Man mask, let him know in the chat.
I've seen throughout the different various forums and everything where they've been talking. They're like, I hope he has a Spider-Man mask, and I'm like, well, there's be some bummed out.
Well, it does look good though.
There's gonna be some.
It does
be some crying tonight.
The Punisher and Daredevil's right in the background, so I think like if somebody was to get this, it would go good with a Punisher.
Yeah,
it would go good with either one of them. So we have the newer Elektra back there. Is there any possibilities of another Daredevil or Punisher? Not that the ones that are still available don't hold up, because they certainly do.
All I can say is, keep your eyes wide and on Sideshow site, and
they're popular people.
Something might creep in on that. can either
This is cool,
confirm or
though.
deny.
Because I'm hearing good things about
What's planned is going to be pretty awesome. Let's put it that way. So,
yeah, y'all heard it here first.
All right, ladies and
What's
gentlemen,
planned?
if you want swap outs, start spamming swap outs for Kingpin.
The swap
that
out for
hashtag.
Kingpin.
Look at that.
Yeah.
We already got
Swap
CMP
out
on
for
it. Hashtag
Kingpin.
swap out for
I'll
Kingpin.
go into the meetings. I'll go, hey,
CMP.
listen,
Let's
guys.
go.
Yeah.
Or if you want a
Spider-Man.
if you want a special custom, if you want me to paint that whole suit white, just send me.
There you
I charge
go.
$1,000. I could do it for you.
Yeah. But you do get the CLC discount though, so it'll be like
Yeah.
$9.99.
I'll charge
With the cock shipping.
$995.
We get you free shipping.
You get cock shipping. So
Yeah. Cool. So with the popularity of the show, the new one, like having a Kingpin and a Daredevil.
Shows though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that
what about a bullseye? The bullseye may be coming
yes,
through. Or you don't know?
I need a bullseye.
I would love to have a bullseye.
There's nothing planned and nothing in the works that's solid on a bullseye. We did bullseye years and years ago.
Because right now the guy that's playing bullseye, to me, he's killing it.
Yeah,
Is he?
Yeah.
Once X-Men 97 comes out, I will watch it when I reactivate my
if you're
Disney
not
account.
watching this show, you're crazy.
Yeah, Crip. All the Daredevil, I think, spots. Even the one that was in Netflix was dope.
Oh, I love the Netflix ones. Those are my
Netflix is awesome.
Bullseye, the guy playing Bullseye is definitely.
This dude killed somebody with a lobster.
I mean, that's one way to go out. I don't want to be the first ninja to die by a lobster.
No spoilers, Bill.
If you die,
My bad.
if you're a ninja and you die by a lobster, you deserve to die.
I wasn't no ninja.
Lobster.
No, I don't want to be the first. I'm like, yo, any other way, not by lobster.
Let's
Bro.
go through the questions real quick.
Let's do it.
So we're starting with Full Geek, and we already answered that. That's neck flab.
Neck flab, homie.
That's exclusive neck flab.
That's chunky flesh there.
And,
That's
then we have
chunky.
Casual Nerd. He thought it was a neck scene. And
not a next scene.
Mestas rained on our parade and said there was no swap outs. But if you do the hashtag swap outs,
if you do the hashtag
we're gonna get that change going.
Kingpin. Get your Spider-Man mask on that thing.
Even Archangel said it would be nice having a swap out holding
that is
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Shout out to Archangel. He's a wise guy right there. Like it'd be wise to listen to Archangel.
Hey, you know what my answer is to this?
What is it?
Daniel Bow's coming on soon.
Oh, hold on. Arch, we will bring your question back. I'm gonna keep
yeah. And feel free to Mestas forward all questions you can't answer.
Now's your chance.
You're gonna be hanging around with us when Bell gets on. So.
Casual Nerd wants to know what's the base about. Sam,
what's the base about? Okay.
It's a thematic,
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the fist building.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought it was. I was
like, what would you see? Once again,
tower.
like in the Godfather, he has the big wooden desk. It's opulence. So something that makes it look rich.
Jose asking, will Daredevil be follow behind?
Mm.
Speaking of Daredevil, okay, we've done Daredevil. What about the King Daredevil outfit? Just an idea.
Yep.
Then you're gonna ask for the Queen Daredevil. That's a rabbit hole, man.
I know it's a rabbit hole.
Queen Daredevil.
That goes for the Electra Daredevil. Yeah.
That's when you're getting
this wise man right here. Store Shadows
in the weeds
467.
We'd probably sell like four of those Daredevils.
I know,
man.
I just think that.
Okay.
I think white pants would just make this thing even more ticket to the.
Oh, you would prefer to have white, the full white suit?
Hold on. Yeah, she's an old school collector like me. He remembers the old Sideshow back in the day where around Thanksgiving they would have their black and white Friday sales, and sometimes they would have dropped the occasional piece that was either had a black outfit or a white outfit.
Yeah,
I'm just saying if Sideshow was thinking of doing something like that along the lines.
If we
or AK they can send their fists to me and I'll charge them $1,000 to pay.
There you go.
White.
Professionally done.
And then we'll just say that, and it'll be a Sideshow / Darth Rashid collaboration.
There you go.
Darth Rashid original.
Let me
the other thing too is when you do and I get what you're saying about having them all in white and everything.
Yeah.
But then you don't see the split
The contrast.
You don't see his leg. He turns into a big,
he becomes
he's
solid.
so big and blocky. You don't see anything, and you want to break that contrast. You want to see how big his legs are, how big his upper torso is. If he's all in black or all in white, then
is he stepping on
he's
the
like
on
in
the,
pajamas.
Yeah, is he stepping on the nunchucks?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
He's stepping on them and they're like cracking the.
It's cracked. His steps freaking cracked.
Mestas, will you be at San Diego this year?
Yes. Yeah.
There you go, Frenzy. Bring all your bases for him to sign.
So when you go into because like for contrast, like you guys prove if you guys really wanted to, you guys can do very multi-textured detailed pieces.
Yeah.
What is the decision process when you decide to bring it more like animated or comic book where it's more smooth versus the pinstripes or textures on the suit?
Well, like for this one, he there is so much material on him, especially on his jacket. The funny thing is we had it where it looked like the threads on it, like it looked like he had been in a scuffle a bit.
Yeah.
So there was like threads loose and there was some little rips on the edge and stuff, and it went all the way to paint and done. And we photographed and stuff, and we started looking at it, and it was like, this looks weird. Because then it looks like he's a boss. He has money, this, that, and the other. Even though our visual narrative was like he just got done throwing down with Daredevil or whatever made it happen, and if you follow that narrative, you go, wow, he's got to take a little bit of, tugging around and pulling and stuff. But it just made him look. It took away from it. So we ended up filling him back in and getting rid of him. There were some people that were like, whenever we do like suit damage, like with the Riddler and stuff, there's a few people that like to kind of like, well, why is his pants ripped and why is it? They don't get it. It's like, if you tussle with Batman or you go with Daredevil, you're not gonna
might get a couple of holes in your pants.
But so especially on this one, where we're like, oh, I think it suits him better as a character, him being kind of paramount and just like, I'm not fucking around type deal, and he's still looking sharp. So we got rid of those little tears and little pieces. It's more of having him powerful. He's crushing he's in this visual narrative. He's on top. The batons are smashed. He has the mask. So it leads you to believe like, wow, wonder what happened. He's.
Thanks for that. That makes sense because it's definitely like so many different style of collectors that I know some people really don't like the textured look. Like, and you put textures on anything that is comic book. Well, even if it's the hash marks, they some not all, but some collectors don't like that. And then there's some is just sort of like modernize it. I wanted to like do things you can't do in comics.
And we used to do, and we did that, and it goes both ways. I mean, we talked about where like with some of the X-Men stuff, the suits were getting very almost like the movies where they were getting a lot of panels and breaks and seam lines, and this looked like mesh and this looked like some kind of composite plate and everything. Some people loved it. Some of the old school guys were just like, wow, this is taking it away, So you always have these two mindsets on stuff. But back to Kingpin, we also didn't put a texture into a suit because we wanted, is it a silk suit? Is it something nice? If you start adding texture, it kind of cheapens it out. It's like, what is he wearing? Cotton or linen or some kind of something.
Is that velvet?
Yeah,
because that dude got money. You know what I mean? He's. You're gonna have to be able to depict the finest. Like I wonder, and I'm not saying they should have done this, but I'm wondering if it would have been easier to convey a suit, like a really expensive tailored suit, if you would have went cut and sew. Don't kill me. I'm just asking a question.
Tim's next door. I can ask him.
Hey, Tim, could you go sew some shit up real
Tim
quick?
He
probably got one. He's probably got his own personal one.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know like Marvel's kind of strict with some stuff, but was there any like idea of like maybe putting some blood on his knuckles a little bit, like a little like kind of bruising those up a little bit? Because I remember the Daniel Bell Bane, the one that's like that,
right?
The bloody knuckles and stuff. So
well, that wasn't anything that we never proposed that to Marvel when we showed this. We could have done that. we just kind of opted not to, because sometimes when you get it into the factory, they get a little overzealous with the blood, or it gets too spot, like it just looks like it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? So rather than take that chance, we just kind of left it at that, because I mean, it would have been cool to have maybe some blood or maybe bruised up or dirt, but once again, it goes to a point to like how far do you take it, you know? And I think we just figured we'd do a very clean, straightforward kind of, you know, visual of what's going on. I mean, we could have done a whole lot of different kooky things. We had a lot of stuff. We had some stuff that we were experimenting with the base. Crippler kind of brought it up, you know, early on, and where we had, you know, how do we visually push that there was a scuffle going on? We had part of a broken desk and a banker's light and some manila folders and bullet casings and flames and shit. And it looked like he was at the dump. You know, it was like there was too much shit in a small area, so it threw everything off, and then it didn't let you focus on the character himself. I mean, I know some people like a lot of that stuff, but the overall, you don't know it doesn't work until you know it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like in your head, you go, "This is a great idea," and then you get it, and we had it, and I was like, this isn't working. It looks like he's going to trip over some stuff. Like it's too cluttered, you know? So we just kept it fairly simple.
Everyone, please say hello to Jorge. He's in the chat right now.
Shout out to Top of Bomb for Jorge.
Hello.
Up and coming, scrappy little sculptor at Sideshow. Valar, when is your next thing, dude? We got to get you on. See you.
I can get Jorge on.
There you go. And you know the problem with Valar? First of all, let's give some props. Like, who sculpted this piece? Who painted it? All of that good stuff.
Now I'm drawing a blank off that. Jorge had a hand in it.
There you go, Jorge.
At least I think Jorge, didn't you work on I think he worked on the base. This has been so long. I'm trying to think now. You put me on the spot.
I got him.
I know
you got him,
me.
boys.
I want to say this was Emiliano that worked on this. Too many names in my head.
Hey, we'll get back to you. We'll get the fact check.
We still got questions from the audience.
I don't want to say
this one is too early. Rorschach is too early to determine right now because they're focused on San Diego. So
let me see.
Archangel wants to know. Will there be a variant? Battle
damaged.
Nothing planned as of yet.
Hashtag swap outs for Kingpin.
There you go. Just so you know, Daniel Bell will be on later. Daniel Bell.
Theodore wants to know no Spidey reference?
There is none. We went with the Daredevil reference.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Would have been great.
He said, yeah. It would have been great if he had more texture to the bespoke suit, like it was made in Italy.
Yeah, I wanted to kept going. I could have kept going with that, but the texture also, with texture, brings it. It really will take away from it because it. This way, you see all the sharp lines. Once you add texture, the paint will get into it, and then it'll cast shadows. So, once again. You think it would be like, oh yeah, that should be how it's done, but then when you do it, it gets busy and it doesn't resonate like you would think. But you know, once again, I know people that love you. If it's covered in texture, then it's the best thing ever.
Nope, Jorge said he did not work on this piece.
Okay, sorry, Jorge. I thought maybe you were the one that altered the clubs because we had it. I think that was Claudio that did it.
Han Solo.
Was Han
Solo? All right.
That was Jesse's project.
There we go. See, Jorge, that's you work with Jesse a lot. You need to work with Mestas more. It was Emiliano? Yeah. Shout out to Emiliano.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Nice guy says, I see a variant with Spidey Easter eggs.
There we go. Hashtag. The hashtag is there.
Hashtag variant.
All right. Let's get through these because there's somebody trying to break in the back.
Is there?
Yes.
We gotta change the locks, man.
I know.
I don't know.
Let's get.
I think the Argentinian
before we get robbed
is good.
All right, cool. Shout out to BSC's in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's make sure we got their answers, their questions answered. Did we miss anyone?
Yeah. No.
Everyone's done? Yep. Good. Thank you, guys. And we will be right back. Let me see. Let me move this here.
There's more.
But there's more. We'll be right back.
We got someone knocking on the front door.
Messages. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the person that single-handedly got me into this statue game. If it wasn't for his Breaker Brimstone statue, I would not be here with you guys today. Give it up for creative director at Sideshow Collectibles, Daniel mother freaking Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. Welcome.
Thank you guys. Better known as Lazy D, right?
Better known as Lazy D.
Lazy D.
Damn it, CMP. You and your nicknames.
Man.
So now that you've gotten promoted and you're not sculpting anymore, they're really going to call you Lazy D.
Oh, man. Wow.
Everybody at work is going to see this and they're going to be going,
I'm doing so many other things right now.
They're going to be like, why you go on the show when they call you Lazy D for it?
If
they
they
don't
only
get the inside
knew.
jokes.
You had to be in Michigan. You had to be there.
Oh, man.
All right. So the last time we spoke with you, Mr. Bell, you were sculpting. You were still putting in a lot of work. You were revealing some really awesome pieces. You had the backer, you had the Magneto, and so it's like you were still cooking. But I asked you, how was it balancing both, sculpting and also you wasn't creative director at that time, but you had more responsibilities. Now you got all of the responsibilities.
Yeah.
What's changed for you now?
Any problem that is a problem is your problem.
Yeah, exactly. So someone told me now with this role, every time a piece is a success, no one will congratulate you. But if the piece fail, everyone will just point to you.
All on your neck. You approved this? Yeah. So, but it's cool because I think it's interesting because it's such a success story, right? Someone where you grew up at, rough, didn't have all of the money in the world, just constantly fought through it, became super talented and worked your way up to creative director. So walk us through a normal day as creative director at Sideshow, like just a normal day. Daniel Bell, Sideshow, creative director.
I mean, I think it's very interesting how everything was evolving, through years. And as you said, I started this career many years ago. I would never imagined I was going to end up being creative director of Sideshow. It's kind of the big goal. Actually, I have to be honest, it was never a goal because in my mind, I never thought. At some point, maybe I said, "Oh, okay, maybe this is a possibility. Maybe one day, in the future." But to be honest, I started this profession as a digital sculptor, being very passionate about sculpting stuff, things I love, things I know, things I don't know. I've been, getting a lot of experience and working with tons of people. I think that was the key for me. Working. With more experience, than you, like for example, Anthony, I've learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from the people who was working at Sideshow for so long.
Shout out to Canali.
Yeah, of course. He was one of my first mentors in this collectible world. So it was a crazy ride, I'm enjoying having this opportunity of working from a different side. I will not say that I miss sculpting because I'm still sculpting when I provide feedback sometimes, and even if they don't need it, I do it anyways, just to do a little bit of sculpting.
He can't help himself.
Yeah, man, I can't. So many years, but it's been great, and the the support and patience, and actually it was a little bit more complicated because I did my whole, let's say, first year almost from home. And now in 2 weeks, I'll be landing in California with the whole family.
Yeah. Moving up.
Game changer.
You got all your paperwork taken care of, because I know that could be challenging.
Yeah,
you got your vaccines.
Yeah. No, it took a while. It took more than a year to get those papers. So, but
it's no joke.
I think the gratification when you went through a process that is complicated and you get the result, the outcome is the one you were expecting. I think your gratification is much higher. That if it's easier, just simple. I have to just fill some forms. It's not that, probably you don't realize that not only the challenge you're going to be assuming from now on, but also the whole trip, the whole adventure of getting to the US, and it was very challenging, and I think it was a little frustrating at some points, because all the information you have to gather, all the things for all your experience show that you're coming to your country with the best intentions and weird intentions.
Yeah, I am coming with the best intention of delivering some of the finest statues I could possibly do.
They're like, what do you do?
No, it'll be easier if you sell drugs. It'll be easier to get into the country if you could just sell some drugs.
Yeah. It's hard, because you have to convince someone to probably doesn't know what to do, and you have to convince that you are the right person to be in that role and in that country. So that's why it takes some time, because you have to prove that yourself.
So wait a minute. Even if the company wants to hire you and bring you out here, you have to prove to another agency or some situation that you are
that you're worthy.
Wow.
But I mean, that's fine. I think I'm more than okay with that. And actually, I appreciate and thank you, all of you, for opening the doors of your country to my family and me. So
man.
So Daniel, do you plan to live here, or are you going to go back and forth?
Well, the plan right now is I have a working visa. So this working visa only goes for 3 years, and then you can have the chance to apply for a green card. That's kind of the plan. So right now, that's the plan. So yeah, and of course we are going to be going back and forth from the US and visiting Argentina. I have all my family here, all my things. So probably by once or twice a year coming back just to say hello and spend some time with the fam. That's kind of the plan. So we'll see.
There we go. So the last time we talked, you mentioned putting pieces of your body in every statue you crafted, or majority of the statues. With Thor, it was your hands. With Hulk, it was your feet. I don't want to know where the Batman Beyond piece is. I don't want to know. But
for the female,
I know.
Batgirl.
Batgirl, I don't want to know if it's your breast or not. So we'll spare that. But I do want to know, now that you're creative director, do you find opportunities to put a piece of your body in everybody's statue?
Well, not really anymore.
There's no piece of you in the Croc.
No, it was challenging, because to be a director, it doesn't really mean that you have to direct people and just point them to do what you want to do. It's more like guiding them and share the vision you have, right? And share the same vision with the people and align with an objective and a goal. And then you can use your experience and the way you see things in order to show these people, these talented artists and the managers and everyone, hey, this is what I'm envisioning for this statue, what you think? And then, working as a teamwork to see, okay, maybe I'm wrong sometimes, maybe I have good calls sometimes. I remember we were working a piece and we printed, and then Anthony came and said, hey, Danny, I think it looks a little bit flat. I said, what do you mean flat, man? So he was going to explain to me and say, yeah, you're right, man. So let's change it. So it's this kind of game, you don't, even if I have the final call, it doesn't mean that the people is doing what I want, right? I really, my intention, my vision is to keep making amazing statues for this brand we are creating for 30 years with a lot of experience. So that's kind of the challenge of being director. It sounds kind of super big director, but I think it's more sharing that responsibility with others and sharing the same vision.
I had a question, Daniel. Yes. So, okay, at some point, maybe you'll have the opportunity, if you can sculpt or direct your character that you would want. What character would it be? Would it be something already existing, or would it be something original?
It's a good question. You know, at some point, I remember that I said it could be awesome if I can do some of the pieces I did like a while ago when I started in this industry. The pieces that put me on the map, let's say, maybe Beowulf, Sentry. Even if those pieces that time were for the custom market, and now it's different. I think it could be interesting just to see how much my vision and my skills have changed since then, and kind of revisit all those designs.
Especially all the techniques you've learned and the new sort of paint apps or sculpting
technology.
Technology. I think I would say technology has changed a lot, and now you can see we are investing a lot of time and effort at Sideshow, putting some new materials and new type of lights and all the stuff. I mean, I'm more than sure that Anthony have shared that with you guys. But I think it's more like you're getting older and a little bit wiser. So I think your experience it's bigger than before. It's different than before. So now you see things that maybe in the past you didn't see it because you didn't have the experience, or you didn't share the same goals with the people you work right now. So I've learned a lot working with talented people around me, like you mentioned Martin, as many other Will, Chu, Steve Lord, and so many others, and now I have the possibility to work with younger generation of artists who are also, some of these people, they were born with ZBrush, and I didn't. At that time, when I started my career in 3D arts, ZBrush didn't exist. So, it's different. They know.
It's almost finding like younger people of like, because, Canali was hand, but you were still digital, but not ZBrush, right? And so then now you got people that are cutting, like getting right in on ZBrush. And so it's interesting to see how that lineage, even though it's different, like vision and know-how, it's the same as just what are the benefits of this tool now that I didn't have at my disposal now that I do have it. So
100%. The ZBrush as a tool have changed a lot through the years, but I also think that the collectibles have changed, have transformed, and I think if you can take a look at to some older pieces, you can see that your taste have changed as well. We all love nice statues, but I think the definition of nice or something cool have also changed. Because right now you can see so many details and textures, and sometimes you don't have to go there. Sometimes if you go to the simple stuff, I think it's more effective. Not always, but then overdo something. With I think someone mentioned about textures on the suit of Kingpin. And I think, and I don't know if you mentioned, but we tried and it was looking kind of weird, because in the reality you're not going to see that texture in one-on-one scale. You can see a subtle tiny texture, but if you try to mimic that in a smaller scale, it could look like he's wearing not that kind of suit.
That's what I was saying. Because once to see it, you have to blow it up bigger, and then when you blow it up bigger, then it ruins what you in your head what you think it should look like. So it's you're better off
or deeper.
And you guys see it, so like you guys tried it, so you guys were able to see it firsthand of like, oh, this don't look right. Let's keep it simple. Which is cool. So what do you think is missing right now from the statue game? Like in general, like It could be anything from like a tool, a process, or certain characters not being done. Like, what do you feel in that hierarchy like is missing the most that you would like to get back to?
I would say simplicity. You know, going back again to the basics, and I think it is right now. I want to say there's a kind of movement, but I can see so many statues with so many heavy textures and a lot of details, and it looks freaking awesome. And I like them, but sometimes I mean, I like the classics. I like the classic statues. That's why one of my first statues it was Beowulf, and I did it naked, almost naked, you know, because I want just to show anatomy and how that transmit to the the people who is seeing that piece, that you can see all these veins and the tension and what he's doing, the storytelling, it transmit through the body gesture, you know. And I think sometimes right now when you see pieces that are so covered with a lot of stuff, you kind of miss that. But again, I think right now we have for all different tastes, and that's more than fine. I wouldn't say it's missing, but maybe have changed so much that sometimes I would like to say, let's reset button and then go back again through the origins.
You want like the heavy textures to be the default. You like it to be more of like, it's not always better. Let's make sure it's right for the character or the vision that we're trying to set forth for this character.
Yeah, only use textures and details when needed, you know. No more than that.
That's fair.
Textures can hide a lot of fundamental imperfections and stuff. Like it's almost like playing a magic trick on people's eyes, you know.
See, but I think when both done right and it fits the character, that because for me, I'm a texture guy. I love multi-textures, but I love the Magneto and I love the Cyclops because it fits those characters. I don't need the jacket to have so much multiple different patterns and buckles and all of this stuff, because Jim Lee didn't have all of that on there and all of that good stuff, right? And so when I see the Cyclops, I'm like, no, that's my vision of. I never thought I was going to be able to see a dynamic optical blast freaking Cyclops blasting through a Sentinel while he's like in full action. People play it safe with Cyclops, and I thought the suit and the textures on that matched it for that character. But then you got the Croc, where like he's a freaking reptile crocodile, right? So you have to convey it. And so like if that was smooth, I would have been like, but it's not. It's like it got all the textures a texture loving boy like myself could ever want. And so I you're right. I think it's just knowing when to, just because you have the tool doesn't mean you can do that shit on everything.
Don't overuse it. I think you mentioned two perfect examples. You know, one, both needs what they have. You know, one is very smooth. It maybe the textures and all the detail are on the base because it's all is damaged and broken, and that laser is cutting through. And then the other one, it needs all those textures, and Martin did an incredible job on that, and the painters as well. You know, so when you have both pieces in front of you, you don't think, oh, I think this one is over texture. Oh, I think this one is too simple. No, it goes with the character. So it's good balance.
Well, what's cool, it's like you don't become known for one or the other. It's you're a versatile company, a versatile studio that it's like you never know what you're gonna get from week to week. It could be like this week, Crocodile. It could be Fisk, and who knows what's coming next week. It's not predictable because some companies do fall into this like, if they announce a character, I know exactly how that character is going to look. And it sort of takes some of the surprise out of it because you know it's going to be that character, that pose. Yeah. But like we really honestly don't never know what's coming up. And that could be a good thing. And not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it becomes a predictable thing for sure. Billy, do you have any questions for the homie Bell and anybody in the chat? because I want to respect their time. Make sure you get to bed on time. This dude did a triple last week. Was crazy for Billy. He had to wake up super early and he hung in like a trooper. So
usually I see Danny with the light, the sun's out and the lights are off. So now it looks like it's all romantic.
Yeah,
he needs a glass of wine.
Yeah, just.
So,
whiskey,
so Danny, have you gotten the itch yet to like it's like that star player who becomes a coach, or I don't want to say retires, but takes a step back and then there's good stuff going on in the game and it's like, man, I can still be out there. When you see a piece like Croc, and it's caused all this positive energy and everybody's loving it, it's being well received. Do you get the itch like, man, I want to get back out there and make something, or is like kind of like being that guy that is helping everybody, you have your hand in everything rather than just what you're concentrating on and what you're working on? Are you finding that more rewarding than actually doing your thing and seeing it come to fruition?
100%.
Are you competitive?
No, I mean as artists we all have egos. That I like to you. I say no, I don't have any egos at all.
I don't want to say it, but yes.
No, I mean it's fine. We all have egos, and I think the most important thing is control your ego and don't make your ego go work against you. I think if you don't have it, it's because you lack of yourself. Let's say love,
confidence,
right?
Love it.
And I don't think at Sideshow at any time I don't recall at least having some issues with people saying, "Hey, so you want to make this piece, you think you can do better than me," or whatever. Those things never happened. And right now that I have the possibility of make an impact and an influence and positive influence in all different projects, I want to be really honest with you and to be totally direct. I want people, if I can make people shine, I will be the happiest guy in the earth. If I can't, and I can tell you this now, maybe 5 years ago, my answer was going to be completely different because I was a guy who wanted to, be in the highlight because I need a job. If I don't do my job well, I will not get more projects and I have to feed my family. So
you're not going to eat.
I was a warrior. I went, I went with all I got and every single time. But again, always trying to work as a part of a team, right? Always asking, hey, what you think, what you could be to the concept artists, to the project managers, to the painters. Always trying to get advice and feedback from the team we have. And now it's a little bit different, but I would say better. I have never enjoyed working in this world so much like right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah, 100%, because I'm learning so much, not only about being able to help others, but also about other sectors of the company, like the more financial aspects, the more manager aspects, the working with people. We'll have different personalities, different egos, different ways to be. You have to treat people in different ways. So and there are different sensibilities. There are sometimes people who are more strict with you. Sometimes if you're straight, someone maybe could take it in
shut them down a little bit.
So, or you can, if you have a great artist, but with I would say low confidence, if you say maybe it depending the way you send a feedback, that artist will be, so you don't like my work. No, it's not like that. So you have to learn the whole process to work with people.
That's a sign of a good creative director or any manager, is understanding the way to get the best out of people without deflating them and shutting them down. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And sometimes you make mistakes and then you learn. Otherwise, you can learn, you can grow if you don't make some. If you make too many mistakes, that's a problem, right? But if you do it with some balance, and then you have the people that who helps you outside, to say, hey Danny, I agree with you, or maybe I disagree with you, but this is the way I see it, and you can kind of share a vision very politely, very respectfully. That's wonderful. So and that's a huge part of that is because of the great people. And I don't want to be nice. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm be honest. And Anthony knows this. He's been working at Sideshow for 22 years.
22, yeah, 22.
Okay, so it doesn't mean you will never have any discussion, any issues with someone, or any disagreement. No, we have disagreements every single day, but in the way we treat the things and the way we talk each other, I think is very respectful, and we always come to a solution that is better for you guys, for the collective.
Yeah,
right?
That's it's controlled conflict, right? Go ahead.
Grip, I was hoping for some WWE action, like Danny hits Mestas with like a steel chair.
I said make it less texture.
You forget I gotta see him on Monday, and then I gotta see him on Tuesday, and then I gotta see him, and then I'm gonna see him when he moves out here. So it's like you didn't take in anything he just said.
So finally.
Plus, have Danny on the show once he moves to California, and then have another show, and then we'll
with
see
the bruises and see
with
if
the
any
bruises
on him or whatever. Are we gonna do that?
You're like, say that to my face.
Oh, so that means when he moves to the States, he has to go through initiation.
Yeah,
there we go.
Because we already seen Martin
Full Metal Jacket, right? When they get him in there and they get the pillowcases full of
we see the pictures with crippled. We know that they get
Sideshow don't. They put hands on people. Like they jumped me when we went to StatueCon. Shout out to Marcos and StatueCon.
Say that
ready to get out there, folks. But ladies and gentlemen, finally, Sideshow has come back to Comic-Con. Last time we talked, we were like, you guys need to find a way to get people in front of these statues. And, you guys did StatueCon, which was awesome. I will always be forever grateful for Marcos because I was able to meet the people that my peers, but also meet Anthony Mestas, who's been an awesome friend, and met people like Canali, and of course, Daniel Bell, who is the only reason I'm here right now. I would have been collecting hot toys with my wife coming in and saying, "Are you doing that doll's hair?"
Again?
You saved me from hot toys, but y'all lose. Well, it's still y'all money. Y'all just getting statue money now. So I'm still doing both. Anyway,
I was gonna say, you're not buying hot toys. Come on now.
No, I was looking at the Nihilist the other day and was like, I'm getting that Nihilist. So how did that conversation happen where you land that we're going back? Because you guys been doing your own thing. You guys been doing Sideshow Con, and it seemed like it was doing well for you. I always clown that it is the perfect, home shopping network, QVC sort of situation. But we want a hard one. We want to get in there and be like, boom. But that works because you guys have customers. And you got customers, and then there's fans, and there's like passionate people who live, breathe it, like us, like we're like underground, like what's bubbling up. And that's different segments. Like you can reach your customers at any point, and you guys got a perfect vehicle and process to reach them. But I always say that when somebody sees a statue in real life for the first time, whether it's in a comic book store, a con, that can be the spark that creates the new generation of a collector, someone that does these shows, someone that might work for you guys in the future, an artist. They just need that spark. And I think there's no better way to get that spark for when you see these statues and be like, whoa, that is my nostalgia that I grew up with right there, fully sculpted and painted. So how did you land on coming back?
I think we were, waiting for the right moment, and this is the right moment. We also tried for many years. We made this show at Sideshow Con, and it's working fantastically well.
Yeah,
and but of course, I'm also a fan of in-person things, and to see and to show this thing in person. And as you mentioned, when I met some people at a Marcos show 2 years ago, and some of these guys, they saw the first time some of these statues. It was like, oh, dude, I didn't know this was so big or that crazy or those details through photos. It doesn't really show or whatever. So I think experience, it really matters. And we were waiting. Of course, we were waiting, and we were working really hard to get back to San Diego, right? I think right now is the right moment to do it. So I hope nothing crazy happens. No pandemic, no war, no nothing.
Please don't.
Just let us be there in San Diego, enjoy it, and show all the stuff we have prepared for you guys.
Awesome, because so will you guys be this is like 5 questions in one, so just be patient with this one. Will you neglect New York Comic Con? If so, is it because of the rats? If so, can we clean them out so that Sideshow could come to NYC so the people on the East Coast could indulge and enjoy your guys' fine art? So it's not as regional for the, just for the rich people who like to go see movies.
The rich people.
I don't even know where to start with that question.
As soon as you guys announced that you guys were going to San Diego Comic-Con, I can't get tickets for San Diego Comic-Con. You know what I mean? So it was like, dude, because if we would have known, we would have been preparing and blah, 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 blah. And it was like, because we've been trying to get out there for a while anyway. It was like, this would be a great time. But then, so anyway, New York Comic-Con.
I know. Well, maybe it will happen. Yes. But at least right now,
in the future.
In the future, right now is San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah. It's all about San Diego.
Which we're happy
West
that.
West, y'all.
Yeah, this is a good first step.
Yeah, and it makes sense. We're closer, so you
guys are your backyard.
Yeah, it is right there, and New York isn't off the map, but I think once we were hitting all the cons all the time.
Not Mars or anything, man.
Yeah. But it is if you
did it in the past. Now y'all got Danny, so Danny's gonna make it happen even better with more style, more pizzazz. Right? Those planes are gonna land in New York with like the best.
Danny can fly in.
Have a Sideshow logo on the side of the plane.
It's gonna be the best transportation ever. Danny's gonna handle that. It's gonna be great now. It's gonna be New York Comic Con gonna be better than ever from the way you guys packed it up. It's gonna have that. Damn, that's the best packaging I've ever seen at a Sideshow, right, Danny?
I've been at Sideshow for 22 years and still have never been to New York Comic Con.
Really?
Yeah, never been out there. And I used to try.
See, when we get you to New York, it's party time because there's so many houses out here that you could just come crash, hang out, go to the spots.
I'm down. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been to New York, but not for.
Yeah, I want to go.
New York, Danny, have you been to New York?
No.
None of you guys been to New York?
I've been to New York.
Okay, you've been to New York.
Yeah.
All right,
I've never been to New York.
Wow.
Not Comic-Con.
There it is. When y'all get up here, it's party time. I'm dropping whatever I'm doing. Show y'all a good time up
we
here.
used to always spook them too, because I always remember some of the shows, when it would hit. All these people. I'm from Colorado originally, so it doesn't bug me when it's below zero. But all these people in California freak out when every time down at New York it would be like a foot of snow and
it's 60 degrees.
They're
cold.
Freaking out, man. They can't handle that cold.
Man, it was 92 today.
Wow, that's warmer than it was over here.
Yeah.
All right, so Mestas,
which is unusual for this time of year. So.
Yeah.
There was a comment as soon as I put this show up, and they asked Sideshow, where is Doc Ock? I'm not playing with them anymore. I know where their studio is. Where is Doc Ock?
It's in the other room, right across the hall from
Can you go get it? We'll wait for you. Go ahead.
Because we want to know where Doc Ock. I'm one of them that want to know where Doc Ock is. And now we got the Fisk and Chris Batman statue collector, because I was always on my
we have turned Chris to the Marvel statue collector.
The Marvel statue collector, right?
He's gone nuts.
Because he got the Carnage.
His post.
Yeah.
I said, dude.
Well,
I think he was with the Carnage, or the one I sculpted.
He did the Carnage. Yeah. That was yesterday, and he just his thing is villains, so like he's got Batman villains and he's got a few Marvel villains, Spider-Man villains that he likes. Doc Ock being one of them. Carnage was another one. So he got the Carnage, and I got Carnage, and I'm a big Marvel guy, so we've been kind of like, and I think I recently was able to track down your Daredevil, the Shadowlands version.
Okay.
Really, like 2 weeks later, Eric B, he tracked one down too. So the both of us were able to get that variant. And
we turning the rogues into Marvel fans.
We just started talking
Marvel
more
collectors
about like the Daredevil show and this and that. And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna try it. And so he got Carnage in, and I think he picked up the old school Spider-Man, which is still to me one of the best. And then
I'm waiting for a new one, bro.
I think he just got the Force Perspective one that's on the building.
Yeah.
You know? So he just picked
that's
that
a Danny Bill too.
Yep, and he's got plans for a few other ones. So we were just talking this afternoon, and I'm just like, hey, you know, collect what you love, and as long as you have a designated spot for them, they'll last, and you won't be so quick to chuck them out. So
like I said, there will be a for sale video tomorrow.
So I don't know about there might be one soon, but maybe not tomorrow. Like we're really pushing him to try this. You know what I'm saying? Like I really want this to be successful.
There we go.
Yo, Crip, let me say
Spider-Man.
you Bill.
Spider-Man.
For sure.
You know, I have a question for you guys. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask questions.
You are more.
To you and the chat, of course, if everyone wants to participate. Because sometimes, you know, at Sideshow, we have these long conversations about, hey, what to do, what character is next, what licensee, what kind of, I don't know, a scale, is a smaller scale? Is it something we want to pursue, a new line, a new whatever? And the thing is, I would love to see what you think, what you're looking for, especially right now that there's a ton of companies out there, there's a ton of pieces, and you also have your collection. What you think, what you feel that you need or the collectible are needing right now.
What's missing from each of our collections?
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Would you be open to, I don't know, smaller scale? Let's say 1/8, 1/6. Of course, 1/4 always.
Yeah,
1/6.
All right, so let's go. Let's each people in the panel, and then we're gonna let Rashid ask his question because he's been very patient. For me, there's two routes that I'm in. I'm at a crossroad right now. When I first got in the game and seen the Breaker Brimstone, I was like, okay, that's gonna get me. That's Avengers. I'm in because that piece inspired it. But then I got into Transformers. But before Transformers, I really wanted a Spider-Man and all of their villains. So seeing Chris do that is also sparking that, like, because I was thinking about it already. And then you know how influence works. So I see him doing it. I'm like, maybe I should take that plunge too. So if I find the perfect Spider-Man where it's very contorted, like think McFarlane, but usually they'll do a Spider-Man and just put the McFarlane eyes. No, I want it full contorted, unapologetic McFarlane Spider-Man. And then if I find that perfect Spider-Man, I want every damn villain I could find to go around it. Like that in 1/4 scale. But I'm not opposed to smaller scales only because I'm maxed out right now. Because if I do that, I have to switch up my collection. And that's one. And another one, if somebody do a 36-inch tall, I don't care what scale it is, it just got to be 36 inches, bare minimum. Shout out to Your Vision and Piggy, a Voltron. Just a Voltron tall that I could put with all my other robots and it doesn't look smaller. You know, I want it to look as big or bigger. That's my two right there. So Spider-Man, and if they nail the Spider-Man, I'm going down that whole line and something gotta go. but I'll make that happen. AK, how about you?
Wait, what was that?
It was what scale would you want?
For me, 1/6.
Yeah. 1/6.
Not too big and it's not too small. Easy to display.
Graded co-signing, by the way. If graded co-signing, he will make the best videos. He's got the best camera work. Like his videos are.
He does great videos.
He'll make it pop. All right, go ahead, Darfra. Shizzle.
Oh no, I was just gonna tell him one of my favorite sculpts that he did was the Batman Beyond. I slept on that.
That's a beautiful one.
And then it became hard. It was kind of hard to find, but that's a dope for him to, you know. It's all blacked out, but that's what about. I think that's my favorite sculpt from him was Batman Beyond.
And there's no detail as far as there's detail, but no, not overly textured at all. It is very.
You got to really look at it. You had to get up close on it. That's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? It's that was it though.
But that's another great example of like just less is more, and it'll still be impactful.
And you ever thought about doing a blade, Daniel?
A blade? Would you like to see a blade?
Yeah.
In which size?
1/4.
You got 1/3,
man.
1/4.
1/4 blade.
What I would really like to see is you do a blade versus Dracula diorama.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like comic
shit.
style or from a movie stuff? When it comes to a character like that one,
I'll let you pick.
I'll pick
comic, but
it
talk to
would
your
be-
homie
it would be
Franco,
okay.
because he could teach you how to do a Wesley scope with a comic license.
I was gonna say it would be. If you I was gonna say it would be cool if you did.
Where have we seen that before?
a Wesley Snipes kind of portrait. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
You know?
Wink, wink. Yes, heavily Wesley.
Wesley Snipes.
There we go. Yep. Comic book.
dynamical museum pose.
Don't disappoint me, though.
Dynamic.
Yeah,
Against Dracula.
yeah.
Just like
That would be fire.
Just like how they did the fastball special. I would like to see
Okay.
a
But
blade.
what if he
versus
wasn't with
Let me-
Dracula?
What is that?
What if he wasn't with Dracula? What if it was by himself?
No, it would be dope too. But I think that it's, you know why I said
PCS has one that's by himself that he's got,
Hold
so
on.
the Dracula will be able to add it to it.
hold on,
Okay.
Crip, because
Sorry, my bad.
Sideshow did of Blade versus Dracula, and that was I think 1/6. So I think 2020.
That was 1/8, I think.
Right. So I think
Yeah.
it's 2026. I think we should revisit that and make it.
But what do you
into a
think
blade.
when it comes to pieces like, this is a very important question for you guys.
There you go. Do it.
When it comes to pieces like, for example, I want a museum and I want a kind of diorama thing. What about costs? Does costs matter to you? Because that will be expensive piece. I would say.
I work overtime. I don't care.
So I could answer in a way where I think it makes sense. I think that if you guys continue to offer pieces in an affordable range, and then when you guys go to that bombastic special piece, people will pay for it because they know this looks and has more to it and a lot went into it than this. So people don't mind. It's just when they feel like they're getting something like the Jubilee is a good example because I know a lot went into it, but it's still like relatively small, right? And then you see a huge Cyclops with the light up and all of that stuff, and it's kind of cheaper. People like, but if you keep the stuff that you normally do at your normal prices where people expect, but then you see something that costs $1,500, but paint-wise, scale-wise, parts-wise, apps-wise, looks like $1 million, people will pay $1 million for it because it's that bombastic, the audacity of you existing type of piece. You know what I mean?
I have an answer for that also. Like for instance, the Weapon X. Little pricey, a little bit more than I'm normally wanting to spend money for, but it was just so dynamic the way he's floating in the air, and you can see the pain on his face, the agony. And I said, you know what? Damn the price. Day one pre-order.
Yeah. You know what? That piece is one of the pieces that you have to see it in person, because when you see it in person, you will understand why that price. The bubble thing, all the material translucent, all the skin, and all the stuff on the base and lighting.
I think the rods, all the individual rods.
It's so hard sometimes to transmit that this cost. It has a reason why, It's not just a random decision. But it's so hard if you don't see it in person. That's why events in person may help.
I just think that you guys got all of the talent and the access to all of the same factories that everybody else do. You guys, I feel, are being very cost consumer minded and don't let it get to that level. But you guys can create the most crazy, epic, no money, some budget through the roof pieces. But I feel, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, that you don't want to alienate your collectors. So I feel like if a piece comes out that bangs with even the best of them, like people consider Prime 1 like very up there. And so like if it looks as good or better, because you guys are capable of doing it if you guys wanted to. I mean, the talent you guys got there is incredible. Yeah. People will pay for it. You know what I mean? Put another line, put elite or something in the fucking line. And
hey, Crippler, you're right. They will pay for it, and I'll jump in again about money. That Ghost Rider back there.
Yeah.
At first, I was dead set against it. You heard me talk about it.
Yeah.
It's not a full motorcycle. What the hell? What's with that price? They're crazy. But then I went down to Sideshow and I saw it in person. And I was like, yes.
That's how they get you.
I took the bait.
That's why you need Comic-Cons.
And there he is, right here.
Yeah. All right, but I want to get through this because I want to get through the people, and because Danny got a surprise. You know what I mean? And we can't let him go without a surprise, because he got to know the rules. Mestas come, he got to come. You know, he bears gifts.
I don't even know.
You know what I mean? So Bell's got to bear some gifts. So did we go to you? Mestas, what would you like to see from
Me?
Sideshow? You're part of the panel now.
You're one of us.
Anthony Mestas get a raise.
You know what I want to see? I want to see more of monsters and dinosaurs. And
there you go. And, I wish Brian was here.
Something a little bit. I don't know, something where we get to explore a little bit more creativity and art, a little bit more art to it. I mean, even if it's with the characters that we do, I love what we do with the Mythos lines. Even if
you want to see more of this,
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Even if we don't go, as drastic as doing monsters and stuff, but I like the movie stuff. But when we do Mythos versions of existing characters, I think it brings a lot of excitement to the team in general. Everything from the designers to the sculptors to everybody, because it's something new, but with a character that they love. But with that comes, you're gonna have people that go, "That ain't my whatever," character. But so it's always, that's the stuff that I like, just from artistic vision type end.
There we go.
It might not sound. That's what I like.
So yeah, but hey, at least you got your information to see. We bring Sideshow on so you can ask your questions, Mestas.
Put it out there.
Stick with us. Billy Rios.
Hey.
Same question.
So
Daniel Bell's question.
So Sideshow does life-size stuff. There's the Mythos line is 1/5. Obviously quarter scale. I think that Wolverine Berserk was a non-scale, right? So, I mean, I'm primarily a 1/3 collector. It seems like that scale has never been tackled, and I have all my Sideshow pieces mostly on the Marvel side, and I look at them and I'm like, man, I really wish that was 1/3 just to go with my Prime 1 DC stuff. I get the pieces anyway because they're that good. But a lot of Marvel stuff, until LBS rolled around, didn't get much 1/3 love. So I kind of always wondered why Sideshow didn't tackle that scale. I think the Avengers Assemble line was 1/5, So there's been a lot of different scales, not just 1/4, but it seemed like there was never that 1/3, line, or Sideshow's never gone there.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish that, maybe just like the Fastball Special, where it was available in 1/4 and in 1/6, I think. So it's been same statues done in different sizes before, So I was kind of wondered why maybe a certain ES couldn't be done in 1/3 and then we do the rest in 1/4 or something like that.
Is this something that you really wish with your heart?
I did.
Because
you know what?
Like I said,
my Sideshow pieces that I have, and I have a bunch of them, there's a lot of them that I'm just like, man, it's so good. I bought it anyway, and I have it, and I love it. But I look at it, and I'm like, man, I really wish this was 1/3. But I mean, it obviously didn't stop me from buying it. Now I look at the Croc that's going to come out, right? He's in somewhat of a dynamic pose. He's not just standing there. He is hunched over. He's lunging forward. You got the sewer base. I ordered it today, day one. I wish it was 1/3, but I got it anyway.
It's huge.
Okay.
It looks like 1/3. It's huge.
It's big.
I'm glad it's 1/4.
Yeah, no, I mean, I bought it anyway.
Yeah.
But I agree with you because I think there's a lot like your vision who watches, like you guys probably seen him around, whatever. He is like, there's just people that are just 1/3 collectors, right? And so their default is go to Prime One because that's where they feel they got the license, and that and it's just that you're not serving that market as far as like a 1/3
doesn't do Marvel,
you know what I mean? So by
default,
they try to go find ways to get something in their scale. Whereas if you were to provide it, then I think a lot of them will see what you guys do in 1/3 and be like, holy shit, you know what I mean? I could you can serve more versus, you know, because like maybe in the past, I don't know what your situations were in the past. Sideshow's always been good from when I came in the market. So I don't have that deep history. Like I came in with the Breaker of Brimstone ever. And from there, you know what I mean? So I don't have the history.
Imagine that in 1/3. Oh my God.
Yeah, God. I mean, see, okay. No, but then I can't fit it.
We used to do legendary scale, which was half scale.
That was the half scale,
right?
So we used to do large pieces, and you know, and they did good, but they're, you know, even back then, that's an expensive endeavor to go into a factory with some of those big pieces like that.
It wasn't some of those legendary scales, they were mixed media. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
they were mixed media,
and they were big.
I mean, they were big. I don't know if how many people seen that Dr. Doom we did back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Epic, man. That thing was, I remember painting
and they're all
on that
impossible to find.
I saw that half scale Wolverine that you guys did.
Yeah, we had Wolverine.
Yeah.
We had, I mean, we even
Spider-Man.
the thing is, we had even done pieces at that scale that were never released. I mean, we did an Indiana Jones at that size that we ended up we ended up not doing it just because at least at that time it was a tough thing to make financially viable, you know.
Real leather jacket, real whip.
Had a leather jacket, had a leather whip,
real snakes on the base.
No
real
snakes.
Real snakes, Arizona snakes.
Yeah, you know, we were experimenting with you know, like acrylic glass eyes and all this stuff. A lot of that takes a lot of money.
See, forget all of that stuff. Just dope, just like your 1/4.
Yeah,
big. Because I think just because I don't collect them, I think I could be tempted to make room for the characters that I really want.
Characters that are really big. Like
just make Hulks and Killer Crocs.
Hulks and Crocs.
Start off with the safe stuff and just kill it. The Spider-Mans, the Batmans, kill that 1/4, that 1/3 scale, and then see how that goes. Because if it doesn't do well with your biggest, like most safe IPs, then hey, pull out.
But the other thing,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, the other thing to factor in is who has that license. You know, PCS has if they have a 1/3 license, we can't do anything with that. If somebody else, now if it's in Asia, that's different territories. But if it's in the US and somebody has that existing license, even if we wanted to do it, we couldn't until that license expired.
Gotcha. I thought you guys had the ability to, and you probably got the ability to get the license, but I don't know how that goes. So you know the business more than I, so I'm not even going to speak to that.
Not if somebody else has it, then we're
just
right.
Like you guys got the most right there.
One character that another company did, and it was great. I'm talking about the XM piece. I loved it, but for my X-Men folks, a quarter scale Professor X premium format. That has never been done. And
would you like him standing up or in a wheelchair?
Electric wheelchair,
blasphemy.
Wheelchair. What kind of wheelchair?
We just want him with his wheelchair tipped over.
We want people to come back and chill with us, man.
Wolverine tipped him over in his wheelchair.
Like, I'm never coming on with these knuckleheads again.
These animals.
All right. I'm going to go through the chat's questions because they've been very patient. And thank you, Bell and Mestas, for being patient. And then we'll end it with a nice surprise from the one and only Danny Bizzle. All right, let's go. Does Sideshow incorporate AI into the creative and business side?
That's a complicated topic because we can't ignore AI, right? We can't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are artists. We all have grown, you know, working learning this art craft and doing with our own hands. Then we translate to digital, that we still will have to do with our own hands, maybe just the pencil. But we have to do it. We have to learn anatomy. We have to learn about proportions, about silhouette, I don't know, composition, many other things that we have to do it. And if we use AI, we take out all the fun, all the fun part. It goes away, and then all these pieces will start being, AI generated, and all the thoughtful process of thinking about, hey, how we can make this piece great. And I will not say AI is just another tool, a great tool. And if we use it, we can only use it. We want to only use it for an initiation of ideas and just sparking ideas. Hey, I have this in mind. Let me just show you. I don't draw. I don't know, Auntie, if you draw. A little
bit. I used to draw way more than I do now. That's for sure.
But let's say you want to share, I don't know, a quick idea. Hey, I did this in AI. What do you think about this? But that will be just for initiate a conversation, just sparking ideas, not for using directly to a product. I don't think we'll never do that.
So there's a difference between generative AI to where you guys generated from no talent at all, just learn. Scrape the internet to find, the algorithm that you're going to use to generate an image and then put that out. That's something Sideshow's never going to do, or not doing at the moment, right?
No.
All right, so I want to be clear, because AI is you got to navigate that very well.
Yeah.
But as a tool to be like, yo, I'm Daniel Bell, learn me, and then I want to do this, and then you can prototype some things and some ideas, and then you can see get an idea and then maybe start drawing it, or it's not even that.
There is a huge difference, and I don't like to speak for Anthony, but I know he feels the same. I enjoy every single minute of my work. Sometimes we work 8, 10, 12 hours, whatever it takes. We work, and I enjoy every single minute. It doesn't mean we don't have issues, we don't have problems, we don't have back and forth, and every single day is super enjoyable, because it's not. It's a job, but I enjoy it. And now I don't want to take away that thing. I found this. I have the privilege of being working and getting paid for something that I love, and I will never do something against that thing that it took me so many years to learn that process. And now I enjoy this sharing with colleagues and with friends and teammates. And again, I'm not.
Give it up for Daniel Bell on that one.
I'm not against, and I know I made a post 2 or 3 years ago when all these AI started getting really big, and I was scared. I was really scared. I said
we talked about it a little bit last time.
Yeah, we talked about that, right? And I made a post saying no against AI, whatever. And then I changed my mind in terms of, hey, we have to accept it. It's here. We have to learn how.
Yeah, it's not going away.
It's not going away.
No.
So I let that post on my Instagram because I don't want to say people, hey, but one day you said, I said that. But
now you can explain it. You can use it as if somebody comes up, it gives you an opportunity to explain your stance now.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we have to learn how to, live with it rather than just being avoiding it.
Well, I think people need to, just real quick, I think people need to understand what AI is first and foremost, because I think a lot of the pedestrian idea of AI is just you type something in and it creates something awesome. And there's people that go and generate stuff and kind of want to push it to where it's like, oh, look what I made, as opposed to like, maybe I used AI to, I didn't get something quite right. And maybe there's a way to get in there and shift, something around, or if maybe you want to see something under a specific light that you have no means of creating, you could get AI to assist in kind of putting the icing on the cake of something that you made. It's not. I think people in general, they think, well, if you use AI, you're creating something that out of nothing. So I mean, I think people would be shocked at how many movie studios and animation, all the entertainment right now has embraced all of that stuff, and I think some people would be shocked to know how much they use that stuff. They just don't go out there and say it, or people can't wrap their head around how they're utilizing stuff. And
please don't reply to what I'm about to say, because I don't want to get you guys in trouble at all. But when Disney can lay off a whole graphics department, they have a backup plan. You know what I mean? Like, have a backup plan. And one could assume, and this is an assumption, this is not fact, that it's because AI can handle a lot of what they did. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Nothing to do with somebody said, hey, did we show the back? No, we thought we did, and we thought we had pictures of the back, but
I had to leave you guys
send me it, and I'll post it on a Facebook group, the back of Fisk.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, I think that goes up tomorrow.
It goes up tomorrow, so you guys get to see all of the pictures
maybe
tomorrow.
Maybe not. Maybe
I don't
next
remember.
week. Maybe next week.
Usually doing it on Thursday.
If it's next week, I'll talk to Mestas to see if it's possible. If not,
it's going up soon.
It's going up soon, yeah, and you get to see the back. We thought we had the back for it.
I could have shown the back. I just didn't want it.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
I didn't want it.
There, Daniel, now it's time. Please release the Ultimate Scorpion Sideshow style.
With the Rock?
No, Spider-Man villain Scorpion. Come on.
Not that Scorpion. Star Child is just letting you know that he loves his Magneto. Shout out to Star Child and the Daniel Bell Magneto. Artist says, do the artists do their own key of the sculpt or someone else does?
I don't know.
The engineering?
The engineering and the keying. I think that's probably what he's referring to.
I think so.
But some artists will key. Now we have the ability where we have a designated like team of engineers that would go in there, because what happens is when the artists do their own keying, some artists like to just sculpt, and they don't want to be bothered with learning how to separate stuff and key and everything else. Yeah. So it always it can slow process down. Now we've been able to use some talented engineers, and we have a handful of them where we can offload to them, and they're adept at going in there and bing bang boom, knowing everything, knowing the dimensions and all the technical stuff that sometimes a lot of artists don't they can't wrap their head around, or they don't want to, or they're not that adept and they don't have the time to do so.
And that is,
but some old
it's not that easy.
Will do it.
Yeah, and it's not that easy as well. I remember when I started, I was doing all the engineering as well, and I was, dude. Sometimes I remember the Hulk, the Gladiator, like it was.
One of my favorite
pieces of 50. I know you receive them then in less pieces because it gets glue and or whatever. But it was kind of 50 or 60 pieces in total. And you have to kill them, and you have to make sure that every single thing is coming out
straight off. And you can't have any undercuts and clip underneath.
Oh, dude, it takes a lot of time, and it's very time consuming, and there is a very technical process. So you have to know what you're doing.
Danny was one of the guys that I refuse to engineer any of my own stuff anymore.
Actually, I think I started. Yeah, I remember I started a movement, and Sai should say, "I think we need engineers, man." Yeah, I was doing the math. I remember that's funny because I was doing the math of how much time we're investing, and if we have engineers, we can use that time to make more statues. And people say, "Oh, that's interesting."
That is so similar to gaming, dude. Like, because the creatives we want to build a map, or we want all this. It was like, no, the engineers will get us up a way that we can actually get it up, so we can visualize it, like just gray box everything, just to have it up and make sure it's fun playable. Then we don't have to do that. We don't have to go like freaking dressing it up before it's even fun. So yeah. Anyway. Awesome. Thanks for the question, Artist Future. Luis asks, how much does a licensor approve affect an artist? Like, I guess licensing approval affect an artist. Do they have to make a lot of change throughout the process? Is it creative the primary goal for the piece, or is creative the primary goal for the piece?
You can answer that.
I can answer that. Okay.
I will get in trouble.
So in previous shows we've talked, and I'll keep this short. There's 3 stages of approvals. We have our designers and the team come up with a concept. The concept gets sent in for approval to the studios. That's basically a drawing showing this is our intention. This is what we want to make. This character, it's in this costume, this pose, whatever it may be. The studio approves that, and then we're like, okay, we're making this, and then we sculpt it, and then once it gets sculpted digitally, where we feel like it's time and it's ready, we send it into the licensors and they look at it and they go, okay, it's good or it's not. And then if it's good, it moves on into prototyping. Then we build and paint and make it look, here's what the finished product is going to look like. And then we send that in for approvals and they either approve or they don't approve. So going back to the question, sometimes it's not as smooth as we would love for it to go.
It could be a little bumpy.
Danny's just like, this is where I'm just keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it goes smooth because of those 3-step processes. You know, it's like if they're not approving the concept, then we shouldn't be running into problems when it's finished because throughout the process they've kept track. But at times there's little hiccups where somebody might come in and want to do a little art direction or twist and change something, or even for sometimes they see stuff that we weren't aware of and they go, no, that isn't supposed to be that way, or it shouldn't be that way, or I mean, they're not the evil hierarchy that sometimes people think, but it is their IP and they have to protect it. You know,
it's fair to say a lot of boobs and booties been shaved down a few inches in this process. A lot of fist cigars maybe were not in the cards. All right, we got let me go down here real quick. The Sideshow Incorporated, we already read that one. I'd love to see Mike Wolvet ask, I would like to see Sideshow do a 1933 Kong as part of the movie monster lineup. Any chance high quality statue of this character doesn't exist or don't exist?
I wished if I could get everybody at Sideshow to go green light that, I'd say
it'll be your project.
I paint it for free.
All right, there we go.
Top of the Empire State Building,
Danny,
planes going around.
I'd be all about it.
There you go.
Yeah. Totally.
Danny says, and you're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So both of you guys are going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. Shout out to Toy Quest. Yes, they are. And are you flying the plane yourself?
It will take some time to get there. Not this time.
It's going to be in a helicopter this time.
Yeah.
You're going to land on the roof.
There we go. Glass Joe. Shout out to Glass Joe and the BBC boys. He says, Anthony, what was it like watching Daniel come on as a new guy and work his way up to the top? Ooh, get in your feelings. Act like he ain't here. We want to turn this into like.
It's funny because I mean, it wasn't like Danny popped up out of the blue. I mean, he'd been with us for I think 8 years, roughly.
10.
10 years. There you go. So he was always in the mix, and it was a gradual thing where he's coming from sculptor and then project managing, or shall I say art directing his own projects, and kind of eased into it. And so it wasn't like it was some drastic kind of deal, but I mean, it's awesome because this really is the first time that we've had a situation like this. I mean, Tom Gillen was the creative director previous, and Tom's been with the company from the onset, and he started as a painter and a kind of overall model maker and everything. And the time came and Danny fit the bill and came in, and the transition is it's still in flux a little bit because he hasn't, as Danny will find out, the real job will hit when Danny's feet on the ground in California.
And Killer Cali.
Danny's been having fun in Argentina.
They could go right. They could go right to your office at any point. You can show up at their office at any point.
It's been summer school so far.
Danny's gonna be like this. Wait, but I'm sculpting.
Why are you sculpting right now?
Put that clay down. Put that down.
Star Child says, Danny, I want a 1/4 scale evil Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. Ooh, that's gonna be in the new movie. There we go. I'm with you right here. See, this can make me not like pause, because right now I feel like my X-Men collection is complete. But I love Omega Red.
Scale?
Love Omega Red. 1/4. Let's not get crazy. You know what I mean? Just a nice gnarly. You got so much movement to play with the freaking animanium tentacles.
Well, maybe.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
There we go. Quarter what? Quarter one, quarter two? What are we talking here, guys? Let's talk business. Brass tacks. It's safe to say that that's a possibility at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you could choose a sculptor for that piece, which one?
Daniel Bell.
Did
you hear? Because everybody know here. Because I think that's somebody that with your anatomy and the way that you can actually shape him in a way, like if you think of a Doc Ock, or if you think of somebody who's almost beefy but not too much and got a lot to play with the muscularity.
Yeah,
I think you could kill it. And then like for something more like, because we really need Canali on a Batman, so we can't. He gotta, he did the one on the pole, which was for him, and bless his heart. now we need a Canali, like, because I like my Batman beefy. You know what I mean? So I would like to see it.
Maybe he can do both. Maybe he can do both.
There you go. Hey. You know what?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he could do both.
I would not. Hey, if after seeing that Croc, y'all can put Canali on anything and it'll be fine. Omega Red will be fine too. It'd actually be more than fine.
All right, so I got a question for Danny. So everybody's got their favorite Daniel Bell piece. It could be the Breakup Brimstone. It could be Daredevil. It could be. I love
Batman Beyond for Rashid.
Batman Beyond. I love the Iron Fist from back in the day. So I want the whole catalog, everything. What's your favorite Daniel Bell piece?
Oh man, the other day I used to have my pieces right there, right? They're not anymore.
Right, yeah.
I packed them, all of them. So they're in the boxes, and while I was packing them and then cleaning and all the stuff, I was kind of getting some nostalgia, let's say, from the time that I was remembering that I was making these pieces, and I think the piece was the most kind of that I will say, hey, this was a turning point. It was Thor, Breaker and Brimstone, of course, because I think I explained this many times that it was the first time at Sideshow that after Captain America and after Daredevil, I think I said, hey, I have an idea. What about if we make this Thor jumping, and smashing something? But I will say one piece I love a lot. Two pieces I will name. Yeah. One is Captain America, because
I had that one too.
I did details that the other day when I was cleaning that stuff, I said, damn, I don't remember making all these cool details. I mean, the pants looks like real pants, right?
You want to go smooth,
because that was more of a tactical suit. On that.
Yeah, it was a technical suit. Yeah. But all the layers and all the stuff, but it was cool. But then the opposite side, which is no texture at all, is the Silver Surfer, and it looks really nice. It's a nice statue because it depends of your lighting setup.
Yeah,
it could bring some nice reflections, and it will look freaking awesome, and it will highlight it really well. So
I wanted to punch Al in the face when he won that at StatueCon because I wanted to win it so bad. We can't all be winners, right, Al? Dor Gunderson says he needs more Predators. Yeah, one for Predators.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so we could. Hey, so any last questions from the panel for Danny? The floor is open because I want to respect the time. So feel free to ask some questions. And Danny, when you're ready, share your screen.
Okay.
While they ask their questions, go ahead.
Let me get
ready. It's getting crazy up in here. Y'all gonna want to stick around for this. I'm telling. Whoever stuck to the very end of this show,
is this like the after credits?
Yeah, this is the after. This is exactly that. You know what I mean? So while he gets ready, I can read more of these too. Where's Black Cat? Says nice guy on YouTube. Where's Black Cat, Mestas?
Where is Black Cat? Do you want Black Cat?
Where is that kitty?
Where's Scorpion?
My heart bottle.
Nice guys. He's
everybody's all about Scorpion now with that trailer.
Hey, Crippler, would you like to have a hobgoblin You talking about Spider-Man?
Green Goblin first. Like, I'm not even entertaining Hob until I get green. Yeah.
I got Green Goblin over there.
I can't go to sideshow.com right now and get a Green Goblin. I have to go to your shady
go overseas.
Yeah. No Demo Goblin.
Yeah. Oh, somebody said a 1/4 beta ray bill.
Ooh.
Jonas asked, he says, what size will Medusa be from Sideshow? Hoping 1/3. Did y'all even announce it?
People ain't slick. People aren't slick trying to.
You guys made all some Green Goblin.
Jedi mind trick stuff is weak.
No, we gotta save those Jedi mind tricks for master Jedis like Bell. Yeah.
I'm ready here. Whenever you want.
Oh, you ready on your end? Yep. All right, let me see, Danny.
Yes, sir.
Deflex1 says, Danny, I think I know the answer to this. Danny, would you ever leave Sideshow for Prime 1? Dun, 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 dun.
No, Sideshow is home.
Sideshow is home, baby.
Disneyland brings over Disney Japan.
Did anybody actually think Danny was gonna go? Yeah, I'm gonna leave Sideshow.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave Dax. I'm gonna leave Sideshow for next.
Even if he wanted to,
goofiest question I think we had in chat all night.
Danny leaves his own company.
It was, but you know what? We shared all the questions here, so I appreciate you even entertaining it, even though you didn't have to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Bell, what you got for us, homie?
Right, surprise.
He just woke up.
Wow.
Yeah, how is surprise for you?
Come on, Rashid.
Rasheed's up now. Rasheed's up now. Or
brand new exclusive.
I have more pictures right here.
I got more pictures.
And I have more pictures right here.
Oh, let's go. Walk us through this. The floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Did you were you the PM man of this one? Okay, cool. So you have cool info on this one. So this statue speaks by itself. I don't have to sell it. I think it's sells by itself.
Yeah.
Beautiful statue. When we had the chance to work on this concept, we said, okay, we have the chance to bring some dynamism. We don't want to go over something over dynamic or something like that, but we want to bring some dynamism because I think this character is more for a museum, so you can see all intensity and the atmosphere, right? And this, of course, is black and white. You see the lightsabers, dual lightsaber, different lighting. This will be developed in a quarter scale and in fifth scale. So is there
quarter and fifth?
Yeah, it pairs very well with Nihilus. So if you have the Nihilus, you can choose the size. Well, detail wise is, as you can see,
it's got them, baby. It's got them.
Yeah, it's got the base. And then we are gonna make some kind of very nice effects, some weathering and metal. I think we have.
I don't think Danny even knows, but we have a painted piece in house.
Yeah, right.
Of both sizes, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that portrait came out awesome.
Yo! And you got the freaking Revan portrait.
Yes, sir. We have a freaking Revan portrait, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Cape flowing. Hair movement.
The lightsabers light up. The lightsabers
light up.
Yeah, so this is what I'll give
flames
to this
on the
piece.
bottom of the base also light up and kind of flicker.
Rashid, what'd you say?
I like the portrait, the human portrait. This is all right. We'll get it because I have the XM Reverend, but because this one has this portrait, if it's going to be like this, then I will get this piece.
Yeah, the painted version looks great, and the painted version came out crazy. The painted version is from the factory, the one that I'm looking at.
It's definitely coming with this portrait right here.
Yep, it's already painted. Yeah,
it's already painted. All right, walk me through this bit about who's sculpting it. Does this got your stank on it?
So the sculptor, we're having new sculptors actually for this one. The 3D concept, well, because right now we're making a different process, which is we have the 2D concept that was done by Richard Long. So you know Richard, amazing.
Shout out to Richard.
Shout out to Richard. And
also,
then
the Kacharik brothers helped on that as well, because that was Richard dialed in from a Kacharik brother piece.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That was
really?
That was long time ago, right?
I got to break in real
long
quick.
time ago. We had this plan years ago, but we just didn't have the opportunity to find where we were going to interject it into the line, and if basically it was if Lucas would even approve us to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bunch of stuff that was designed, and and Richard also helped out with what we already had.
Okay. Cool. So then we have Dario Bass who make the 3D concept, which is a proof of concept, let's say. Nowadays we have a different process, which is when we have the concept approved, the 3D concept approved, we went through a different process, which is making 3D. We spend a couple of weeks, let's say between 2 or 3 weeks, doing different the process will be the same, but if we find that we need to change or try any other thing, it will be in that stage, which is purely design, 3D design. When that design is done, we make some print tests so we can see how it looks in person, because as you know, 2D flat screen, it will never show you exactly how it looks. You have to see it in person, right? Even if you're creating some, if ZBrush creates some perspective, illusion of perspective, it's never the same. And when that is done, we go to full development in 3D, and the main sculptor was Paulo Vicentin.
Vicentin.
Yeah,
he's a new guy, new talent.
Yeah, he was sculpting for XM. I think he was XM art director a long time ago. And
snap! That's why, XM collectors like myself, they are Sideshow now, son. We got your talent. They doing it for us now.
For the people.
Was it? Was Keanu Reeves kind of like his favorite for this portrait?
No, I think it was. We took more inspiration on the video games.
That's how it looks.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're, I think if I recall, it's the first appearance of his portrait was in the game, right? And then in a few shows. So the portrait from the game was very like this. So we tried to make something very close resemblance to that portrait. And as Ant said, it came out really well once. When you see it painted, it looks pretty.
Yeah,
good.
it looks
good.
awesome.
Yeah. But that this piece is something. It's a piece that whatever you look at it, it looks really freaking dynamic. From the top, from the side, from the bottom, the front.
Yeah, it looks good from all the angles. Without him doing like somersaults or jumping up and doing jumping jacks, it's it looks good. It looks like he just lit his sabers and threw them back, and he's ready to throw down. And the cool thing is not to get to it, we have the sample of the sabers, and you'll start noticing, and you might have noticed in some of the previous ones that we've done with the big quarter scale, but the sabers that we're using, they almost have like a little neon. Because we've been able to get a new lighting system. It's just the tech that's available now and the price and everything else, but they look more saber like, and you probably see this stuff going where people customize and do things and they're utilizing some different lights. We've been able to kind of incorporate some of that and even advance some of it. But the awesome thing, I wished I could show you, but we'll see it eventually, is that
did you have any of those with you?
There's one that's sitting in the room that's lit up, but the only problem is it's surrounded by a whole bunch of other stuff.
That's why I say you need to communicate.
But the thing
it looks freaking awesome.
What I was getting at was when those sabers when the light's off and the sabers are on. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, and Rashid will know, but those sabers look like they kind of have like a jittery light, like that kind of like does
so
that
it's not just a light.
It's just not on. They look like they're kind of pulse, like just kind of like
Kyber crystals would do.
Yeah, they're alive. Like you see in Star Wars, when they did it, they just used like a reflective tape and they spun the blades and then they threw the light on it. So they had this like weird pulsing kind of thing. And when the lights are out and you see those sabers on, they have that same little tremor kind of bottom where they look like they're lit up. So it looks great.
Will both light up, both scales?
No, only quarter.
Oh shit! You forced me to the big boy status.
That's how those pieces are done. They're you either get the smaller one and no light up sabers, and then you get the bigger one that has the light up sabers.
Do both sizes come with the unmasked portrait?
Yeah, because it's we have both of them painted up. Yeah.
All right, so Thor Gunderson, the homie who's been waiting for this reveal for a while, and this is not even a full reveal. This is
you guys talk. I could probably.
Bring it.
Thor said that he approves. Tell him thumbs up. You will get more cupcakes. Sideshow will get more cupcakes. So,
would you like? I have another question. In the meantime,
for sure. Floor is yours.
When I get there at Sideshow in a couple of weeks, I like to do some stuff, some fun stuff. Would you like to see some early process of, concepts or 3D work in progress of statues we're making for different licensors?
Yes, please. Yes. And we've talked about this at StatueCon that we would love to do that. The only thing is we got to make sure that we find a way to convey that thing. Look at that portrait. Hold up. And Biggin is being requested. Yes. And Biggin. That portrait is fire, bro, already.
Holy shit.
And I don't know if it's focusing in or not.
Yeah,
look at the details.
If you put your hand behind.
I've seen it here first.
Yeah,
Don't be still in our ship.
Who's that dude from...
Look at the scars, yo. That is fire, bro. Reverend exclusive. Yo, thanks for sharing this because
the video doesn't do it justice at all.
Yeah,
but you get an idea of what it looks like and
dude,
what's interesting? I mean, Ant's room is not even properly light out for the statue, and it looks freaking awesome. So imagine if you have a light out.
So Anthony, why don't you just mail that to me so I can?
Yeah, he can. She can take care of that for you guys. No, so because the only thing we got to figure out, Bell, is how to make sure that we convey early process. Because a lot of the times what people do. See something very early and run with it like it's final. So but that's not a problem that can't be solved. We just got to figure it out. And then when we figure it out, it's just sort of like, hell yeah, another early look, because then you can see it in stages, because that's what we want to do is just sort of share more of the process, share more of if I'm into a statue, I would like to see where it is, what current stage it is. And nobody's doing that. I think the current stage is sort of like, reveal when it's really too late to get feedback. But I feel like if it's like, yo, this is the process, you might get feedback a little earlier to where it's like, you couldn't bite on 90% of the feedback. Maybe now that's down to 60% or something like that because it's a little earlier and then there's a process phase, right? I think that'll be super informative, and it'll be also something that if I'm into a statue, I'm like, yo, I want to know I want to follow the progress of it. So
yeah. I mean that's something key for us, but especially when I was kind of suggesting this a couple months ago, and we were saying, okay, maybe when you get here, you can have that chance to show people, the community, what we're making, how we're making these things, and make them feel part of it. Because that's something that I've been really blessed of getting the feedback from you guys when I was a sculptor and saying, hey, Danny, I know this is done, this is finished, but next time if you want to make this thing, maybe you could do it this way, whatever. And I always keep those things in mind because these are very helpful, and especially as an artist. And now that I have the chance to work with people, in a way that, again, guidance with the same goal, with a goal of making these pieces really cool. I think it's a great chance. And of course, we have some limitations from licensors, and depending on the license piece, of course. But I think for us sharing with you, the community, it's very important. And
that would be great.
That feedback, it's even more interesting, more important.
When XM was on top of their game, they had a group that X-Men exclusive, one of our homies always tells us about, of just sort of like, they used to have a book, and they used to have a feedback channel, into something happen, but they were able to give feedback in an early enough stage. Maybe it wasn't like they can act on everything, but they were able to act on the stuff that, that's very little effort for a big reward. So you can measure that with each piece of feedback, though. But I think taking that to the next level, and definitely have a conversation with Mestas after this, because we've been going back and forth on ideas of how to do some cool shit like this for a while. And we just want to make sure that we can convey that it is early, and because we tried it with the Bishop a little bit, and then people took that and was like it was final paint and all of this stuff. So if we can work that stuff out, I think it'll be a huge boom for the community and the people that actually good faith actors that want to know updates about statues. You know what I mean? I think that'll be
There's a fine line between giving critical feedback that's positive versus, well, I don't like that, you should do it this way. There's that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's
I don't want to take away from Daniel or any of the artists' creative flow.
Vision. No, but that's on the best companies. You never want to hamper, let them say whatever, but you start to identify and tag good faith actors and who's been given positive, and you start bubbling it up, because it's up to us to figure out what feedback is actually. If you're just going to be like, change this because I like this, that's not helpful.
I don't like the color. Yeah, I don't like. I think we can find a pattern of let's say people saying, "Hey, I think the head looks too big." Whatever.
You know who to take serious.
Yeah. Then 20, 50 people say the same. Okay, maybe head looks too big, right?
Yeah.
Or like this comment you have right here. Is it too late or possible to have a bust stand for the extra portrait? I can't answer that question right now because it's more a development question, but it's a great idea. And
right. Because
they're both so good, it'd be a shame to just chuck one in the drawer or something.
Yeah. Of course.
See, stuff like that you can find early enough to be like, maybe we can make this happen, and I think that's the important part. So I think if we figure that out. And I'm available as soon as you get over here and you got time and you all settled in. We can all because
sit down and talk. Together.
This is something we've been talking about for a bit of like doing some cool shit like that. That is actually additive. And what are we contributing to the community? I think that'd be an awesome thing for us to be able to do.
I will do some live streamings once or twice a month. Let's say I will invite, of course, Ant and maybe another person and share some of these things we're working and get this feedback, and see how it goes. And I think we can find a balance between, hey, you're sharing too much or we are sharing just necessary for feedback. Because if we open,
it's a slippery slope.
Exactly. Right. I think maybe with intention to bring or give more to the community, sometimes the effect is not the one you're looking for. So I think this is more it's not validation, it's just, hey, we want to know what you think about these things early on. Because, for example, if this comment, maybe if we show this in very early process and then we have the chance to make a bust, I'm not saying it's too late, I'm saying we have to think about it.
You think about it.
Maybe, when it's early in the process, it's like, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe we can do it.
Then you can put it into like the budget and all of that stuff to figure it out. The earlier you can do that, the more, because once you set down on a price and the budget, it's hard to change that. It's like, what is it going to come out of now? What are we moving? Yeah. What are we changing?
Most definitely, because we have to deal with admin and all the ones that are, for lack of better words, bean counters are just checking and making sure everything is right. We can't just go up there and go, hey, we have a great idea. You know, in the middle, and they're like,
there are so many moving parts that maybe you don't know. And actually, what's interesting, I didn't know when I was sculpting, and I was working for this company, right? and because you're part of a different stage or different department, you don't know till you find out, right? So sometimes when some people get mad because we do this or we don't do this, it's so complicated. I mean, to get these pieces, not complicated, I would say it's complex, right? And sometimes when we want to make, even sometimes when we want to make some changes, sometimes it's too late, and we can save that for later, for all the next project, right? Because it will negatively affect, maybe we want to release this piece for, I don't know, next quarter, And then if we change that, it will impact in all the rest of the change of different
big
figures.
cause and effect. It's like dominoes.
Exactly, right? So it's not that easy, but it's not impossible. But we're keeping it in mind, of course.
Yeah, but this is a good example, FigureCon. Give it up for FigureCon. FigureCon, like, that's such a constructive comment if it doesn't happen, but it was heard versus like, this is trash. Or this sucks, or this, like, you can't do anything with that. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, it'll get ignored if it's like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
we did it for Batman versus Joker when we put a stand. Is that okay? And is that correct? We put a stand for
we did a little nameplate for the extra parts.
For the extra parts.
Oh, for the fish, right?
The fish and for the gun
and the gun. Yeah.
All right.
We used to do that all the time. We used to make stands where all the heads used to go on, and then it kind of evolved to like, I don't know if we need to do that.
Yeah, we also
it could be something that we could revisit and see if we can work that back into the projects.
Yeah, but we want to be mindful with costs. We want to always a very fair price to you guys. So anything. Sometimes when, let's say, this piece has lightsabers and illuminate as Andrew was saying, and this beautiful portrait. And if we bring more cost, and it doesn't really I won't say it doesn't make sense, but I mean, it's not a. If we have some space to add something that bring cost that is not created a huge expensive piece, that's fine. But if we're fine, and we go with the things we have right now in mind. So
we have to be wary that we don't tip the scale for adding something that doesn't necessarily. I mean, it would be cool, but doesn't necessarily be in there, and then we find ourselves having to justify how much money we spent and how much money we're going to get on our return and everything.
And then why is this cost this much? If you have to raise the price overall,
because the funny thing is,
it?
The funny thing is when we do similar things, like maybe it would be hypothetically at a stand or a second portrait, and the price might be a little bit more than somebody expects. Then you get a contingent, and they go, well, I didn't need that stand. They could have cut that stand out. I didn't need a second head.
I'm just going to use this sculpt. That's going to be in the box. Now I got to pay for a stand.
Why'd they put an old Superman head and a young Superman head? I was fine with the old Superman head. But, on the front end,
you can't win those regardless. Those are just always
and we're well aware of that. And we have to be cognizant of those decisions and how, what comes out of it. So.
How was that cupcake that Thor sent you? They look good, and I'm kind of jealous.
Delicious. They're delicious. All of them. The funny thing was, those things showed up on a weekend when nobody was here or a holiday or something. And everybody was like, "Hey, did you get something?" And I was like, "No." And then they showed up. But the good thing is, I only ate 2. Yeah, I shared them with everybody else because those things. Were like, God damn.
Dang.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound rude, but you
gotta go. That's what I was about to say. So
I'm seeing my kids through my window. My kids are waiting.
They're looking at you
like this.
Papa,
hey, Daniel, I appreciate you being so open, answering the questions, all of that good stuff. Always great talking to you. Always a blast. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you next time we get to meet. And y'all might. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, Daniel, thank you. Give it up for Daniel Bell, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Dude, he dropped a freaking bomb. Mestas dropping bombs.
I didn't know.
Former artist known as Lazy D.
Yo, Lazy D came in and said, "Yo, Mestas."
He was like, "Wake up!"
I'm like, "Yo." They still clapping for Daniel. Stop.
He's a rock star.
No, but it was funny too because it's just sort of like I found the surprise because every time somebody comes up, it's just I think of Thor, I think of Rashid. I was like, yo, people want to know about that Dark Revan feast. So when he was like, yo, I got a surprise, I think I'm gonna show.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't know if he would have told me because I don't think he knew that he's never seen. I don't think he's seen the sample that came in. So
no,
because that sample came in yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday or day before. And when I seen it, I was like, damn, that portrait
looks crazy.
The portrait looks great.
It's great.
It looks so good. And the thing is, having that extra scope, if you know and you play part 2 and you get into you get into it, like the character, though having both portraits means a lot to the game fans. Not there's Star Wars fans and there's Knights of the Old Republic video game fans, right? And that appeals to both of them. Like it appeals to both of them. And you're telling me the lightsabers is gonna have that, like crystal
when the lights are out,
like stability.
They're nice in the light, but when the lights are all out, where you can see the contrast. Because we'll run it when we get a sample in, we'll leave them on. Kind of run a test cycle coming from overseas just to see if we have any issues or whatever. So they're always on. So I'm usually the last one to lock up in the building, like tonight. Nobody's here. So when I'm clicking off the lights in the building, I'll clip the light in the room where it's at. And I looked at it and I was like, I thought my eyes were just tired or something. And I was like, what the hell? Like it's flickering. And I was looking at it and they just barely have a slight flicker in it, you know. You can't really detect it when all the ambient lights on, but when the lights are out, they look cool. And I asked our production manager, the guys that handle it overseas, I was like, is that intentional or is it, you know? And he goes, no, that's the new like neon that we're using. And it has, and he right away he knew. He goes, do you see that little flicker?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
That shit is dope.
I didn't want to think it was like a bad connection or something causing a cool effect, you know.
We got a bad one here.
I'm telling you, there's nobody. Like, I think people need. I don't think you guys get enough credit for your light ups as far as how advanced they are over anybody else in the industry, especially the people that are using batteries. The fact that you're doing it now, where you guys have different styles and can light up a full freaking optical blast from the tip to the top is insane.
It's the evolution of all the stuff that's you know, it's usually whatever's in consumer product or whatever's developed. You'll know when stuff like, you know, in toys or whatever it might hit in overseas, and then now you have a whole other bag of tricks that you can start pulling from, because that's really what causes any of that. We've talked about like the silicone LED tubes that you can buy now and all this other stuff, and part of that is because incandescent bulbs have been discontinued in the US and throughout the world. They're getting clipped, so new tech needs to be designed. New LEDs are being designed. They're smaller, they're brighter, so eventually they find their way into, you know, stuff like this. So
dude, awesome. But yo, let's wind down. Mestas, you came and delivered again. I appreciate you so much. Let me get these last questions from the group and we out of here. Razor want to know, when does the Revan go up for pre-order? I don't want to wait a year to get it.
He's ready to spend money now.
No. I don't have a date, but if we already have a sample, it won't be far off. I just don't know exactly on that date.
There you go. And shout out to Demon in the building. He said, I have my Daniel Bell Dark Knight Returns PF lit up all the time. Yo, that's the lightning bolt in the back. That is a freaking beautiful piece as well. But yes, he said, May the 4th be with I. See, the thing is, we Trump May the 4th. They could have easily saved this for May the 4th, but they decided to come down to the CLC and give us a piece that will easily shut down May the 4th. And you might get more details on May the 4th, so stay tuned.
Wait,
there's more. Freaking early look at that. Yo, that's dope. Critical Mass. What do you want to leave the fine folks at the CLC community with?
Oh, man, I just want to say it was a good time hanging out with you guys. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Daniel. And like I always say, y'all watching us, y'all rocking with us. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to hang with us. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Darth Rashid, you there?
Darth Rashid.
There he is. You got any last words from the president?
Peace.
Peace. How about you, Billy Rios? We've been keeping you up too late. I'm sorry, Billy. I feel so bad.
No, as long as, you know, we're all having a good time. Just thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Daniel, for coming on. Every time you guys come on, and even if it's just to hang, you don't even have to show anything. We're always very appreciative and humble.
Thanks.
So, it does not go unappreciated. We really love having you guys on. And, just looking forward to doing more, and looking forward to doing that broadcast from Sideshow. When we all have a date when we can all get out there.
It's cooking. It's cooking.
It is cooking. So yes, looking to do some first time stuff. So we're really excited about that. Like we revamped this show, and this show has just gotten better and better each week. And I think like people are starting to see that now. We really put a lot of hard work into it.
Yeah.
So and you guys have helped tremendous. We really appreciate it. But I got one last question before we say goodnight.
Do it.
My man bat. Are we close?
Oh shit.
On when it's shipping?
Collector,
are we close to
on the 200
my house? Yes.
Good question. We're littered with them around here, so I don't know.
Well, can you send me one?
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, Billy. It's beautiful.
Critical, please, man. Every piece we talk about, you're gonna love it. Doc Ock, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
The building, bro.
I know. Let him talk about his stuff. Billy, get it, Billy. Get your man bat on.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to talk to our production guys to see if it's on the water or not, or if it might even be in the warehouse for all I know.
That shit might be on a boat right now, right to you.
Listen, if you go check the warehouse tomorrow, hit me up, let me know. So, yeah.
If I find out, I'll go. I'll give you a message. I'll go. Yep, they're all sold out. They're gone. You didn't get there.
There we go.
It's sold out.
Mess is good. He'll get back to us on that. Okay. Absolutely. AK, and thanks, Billy, for hanging out. I appreciate you. AK, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Absolutely not. I've been awake now for almost 39 hours.
That McDonald's got you the itis.
I need sleep.
Ambulance.
There you go.
Those
shout out to Cash, BBC Boys on Saturdays, 9 p.m.
BBC.
Hey. So shout out to Mestas again, Sideshow again, putting your trust in us. Which, like my boy Billy said, it's much appreciative, and it does not go unnoticed for sure. And
let all you sleepyheads go to sleep.
I know. Let all you sleepyheads put them to bed. And tune in. I'm excited for the BSC on Wednesday because Sideshow might be bringing some stuff. We don't know what it is. That's for them to share, them to figure out. But I will be watching, and you guys should too, because 200 episode. You never know I want to know what the thunder is. Shout out to the homies over there at BSC. See you guys next week. Come back, rock with us. I never say like and subscribe, but I feel like if you guys enjoyed this, do it because I want to make sure the stuff that was shown here gets to more people. So it ain't even about raising it. Yeah, it's just more of like
tell all your friends.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, catch you guys next. And let's find the outro. Party over.